We now begin the panel discussion on future of engineering curriculum, enhancing graduate employability. May I invite Dr. Kirti, Assistant Professor, Department of Chemistry, Anna University, to take the stage as moderator for today's event and invite the distinguished panelists to join her on the dais.
A very good morning to one and all present here. May I introduce the panel members and call them on the dais. May I call upon Professor Krishnan, Professor of Eminence at Anna University, and he's the Program Director of AUKBC Research Center, a cross-disciplinary R&D center in the public-private partnership mode located at Anna University. Welcome, sir. May I call upon Professor Edamana Prasad, who is a professor at the Department of Chemistry at Indian Institute of Technology, Madras, and a distinguished researcher in supramolecular chemistry, but he plays a pivotal role in advancing engineering education as the head of TLC Center at IIT Madras. May I call upon Dr. Sriram, Chairman, CIT. He is an entrepreneur and educationist who founded the institution with a vision of delivering industry-oriented technical education. May I call upon Dr. Sarjan Philip. He is an associate professor at the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering at Banariaman Institute of Technology. Welcome. And may I call upon Mr. Azhagu Pandiyaraja, who is an entrepreneur, innovation leader, and an urban development expert who is pioneering smart city initiatives in Tamil Nadu. Thank you. So it gives me an immense pleasure to welcome you all at today's panel discussion on future of engineering curriculum, enhancing graduate employability. So engineering education has always played a pivotal role in driving innovation, industrial development, and national progress. However, with the rapid advancements in AI, automation, digital technologies, and evolving industry expectations, the skill required for engineering graduates are changing faster than ever. The technology advancement is growing exponentially, whereas our curriculum reforms are linear. So to take up on the discussions, let me ask our panelist member to have an opening remark. Krishnan, sir. Yeah, so 2 minutes or 3 minutes of opening. Yes, so your mic is here.
Thank you. I thank Tanshe for this opportunity to share with you. I'm really not an expert on employability, but given the opportunity, I did look up issues, talk to people, and well, the problem we have is we have difficulty finding jobs for our engineers. Okay, in fact, I think. Dr. Lakshmi Dharan, I think he really summarized that quite well. The problem is not, to start with, is not employability. The problem, we don't have enough jobs, we have too many people looking for too few jobs. So one of that problem could be, so in other words, it's the industry's view or the employer's view of the problem is coming as employability. That they are not getting employed, the industry calls it because they are not employable. That's just one thing in it, and I wouldn't even think that's the most important understanding of the problem of unemployment. Sure, we should look at what is employability, right? And, oh, I'm sorry. I'm used to, as professors, we are used to talking without mic, In fact, I can even do that. This class is small. We are used to dealing with 100 students. All right, I'm sorry, I will do that, okay? So that's one thing I would like to say. We have to deal with this problem of finding jobs for our engineers. In the process, address what is addressable under the employability issue. Second point is that there is enormous emphasis in this, the title says so, on curriculum development. Yeah? I mean, curriculum is, it seems implied that somehow responsible for this problem of not being employable. Exclusively because you circulate a lot of papers. To start with, I think maybe sent me something. All the papers talk about curriculum is a problem. Obviously, that's why your title called curriculum there. I don't quite share that. There are issues with curriculum, yeah. But otherwise, for example, just yesterday, thanks to the event, I looked through the curriculum of Anna University 2025. I think that's reasonable. I mean, it may have problems, but that's not at the level of curriculum. In the sense, so while we should talk about it, my understanding is we need to go beyond that. I'll put it very bluntly. The problem is on the delivery side. The curriculum is all right. Who delivers it? How does it get delivered? That's where, according to me, as being a professor, I have a problem with my community of teachers. I think the weak link, if you don't mind my saying so, in this whole thing, I shouldn't say they are the teachers, but they have to be part of the solution, biggest part of the solution, from being a minor part of the problem. My 2 minutes done? Oh. Right. So I will elaborate on that we should see how the teachers can be a part of all the, and it's good that we have so many teachers here. So that's nice. So I will treat it as a discussion within the family. Okay? It's a discussion within the family of professors and academy. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Krishnan. So, Sir, Krishnan sir says that employability issue in that curriculum is one of the issues, and maybe the delivery of curriculum is an issue, and he is pointing out onto the teachers. Do you agree with that, Prasad sir?
Yeah, partly I agree with that. Issue may not be on the curriculum alone. I was also saying the title, first of all, I mean, thank you for this opportunity, but the title is about curriculum and the employability. Now, curriculum is like a policy document. Employability is the implementation, the result of implementation. So policy and policy implementation, that is what actually we are discussing. Implementation side, there are huge issues. So that is where the training part, teacher training part comes as a big role. So some of the keywords I will put in the opening remarks, then we can take it up as the discussion proceeds. So I'm going to thrust on the importance of higher education teacher training as one of the points to address this issue for future engineering curriculum. Second thing is, even though we say curriculum has no issues, but my suggestion is, as we move forward, curriculum should probably become a bit more flexible. That is the only suggestion that I'm going to put forward. Like, we have very rigid framework on curricula as a part of our earlier education system. That has to change. That is another. So flexible curriculum is another keyword. Third one is this AI, coming forward in a big way. Now, to be frank, what happens at the forefront research on AI? None of us know. Only a couple of hundred people in Anthropic or Google AI or Gemini or OpenAI, they know how it is going to come and impact. We can only speculate. But I think speculation is also important, the way it is coming, the way it is changing. We need to start asking ourselves, what can we do? But AI is, as of now, it's only a tool. So how we can utilize that tool, probably we need to discuss. And fourth point, last one. Curriculum, when I say flexible curriculum, we need to think about designing choice-based curriculum. Students are coming to campuses with a lot of ambitions and aspirations, and they have much more awareness about this world, unlike when we used to go to college. What they lack is probably experience and skill. So what they want to learn, we should provide baskets. Let them pick up. So these kind of innovations we need to think in terms of design part, and implementation, teacher training is the most important thing. We'll elaborate on this.
Yes. Thank you, Prasad sir. So, Sriram sir, do you think that we need curriculum reforms, or is it just the delivery part we have to look into?
Yeah. Both curriculum needs to be changed as well as delivery also. Before that, since Secretary sir is there, enhancing graduate employability, first we need to create a job, more industry has to be brought in. Yesterday I had discussion with one very good resource in chip development, semiconductor development. We are working, and my own processor will be developed another 3 years time. At Chennai Institute of Technology we are developing, and along with we are also developing students so that they can get job in semiconductor industries at par with IITs or top-notch institutes. For that, his major concern is how are we going to place the students? Enhancing employability is very important, but same time we need to create jobs. For your questions, the curriculum needs to be addressed. In the future, I think the engineering colleges, student must have problem solving ability, logical thinking, then possessing some specific skills. Okay, they should not limit themselves only learning those, for example, mechanical engineering, thermal engineering, or manufacturing technology, or designing of some machines. Apart from that, they should also understand how to identify problems in the society, in the industry. That is very, very important. Our curriculum should focus on this, because with the invent of usage of adaptation of AI, knowledge, skills and knowledge can acquire skill. So the skill is at your disposal. Whenever you want something, some good coding, you can use it. But how to use those things? You need to, fundamentally we are missing this in most of our engineering education. That is very, very important. And employability, yes, our curriculum should focus first 2 years, building their fundamentals, basics. Then third year should focus on, based on whatever jobs emerging or about to emerge when they graduate. It's not a permanent one. When one student is studying third year, we need to prepare another within 1 or 2 years, whatever jobs emerge, for that we need to prepare. So all disciplines, and our curriculum should focus on multidisciplinary, transdisciplinary approach. That is very important. So employability, third year, we need to work with industries, and we have to collaborate. And Mr. Lakshmi said, invention, innovation and diffusion. I also differ with him 1 or 2 points, because innovation also we are lacking. In China, they have very good innovation system. Applications, wherever small applications also there, they will invent and they are developing. So for that we need to work with industry. That is very, very important. Then only we can enhance their employability skills. But in India and in Tamil Nadu also, that's not happening. So I am also running many industries. I know this. That's very important. And the fourth year, they must go for internship. That's very, very important. Whoever wanted to go for job, okay, at least those students must be offered with internship. For that we need to develop rules and regulations. We should include in our curriculum that internship is mandatory. With that, I am very confident with problem solving ability, and also strong in their fundamentals and employability capability. Definitely we can produce employable engineers. Thank you.
Thank you, Sriram sir. Dr. Sajan, your take on it?
First of all, good morning all, and I'm happy and greatly privileged to be a part of this veterans on the stage. I am representing the faculty fraternity. I am one of the youngest faculty. More senior professors are here. So thank you for this opportunity. I appreciate Tansky for all these initiatives. So I am a young professor who is working in class with Gen Z students. So we are interacting with them. Teaching, training for teachers is important, because I remember 12 years before I have attended Prasad sir's training at TLC IIT Madras, and that helped me a lot in my teaching profession. Yesterday I was watching a podcast by Yuval Noah Harari. He is the author of Sapiens and Nexus book, and he was saying that 3 skills we need to concentrate. One is intellectual skill, second one is emotional skill, and third one is practical skill. Because after 10 years, we don't know which skill is important. Till yesterday, human beings were shaping technology, but now we are at a juncture of humanity where technology is going to shape human beings. So in this context, unpredictable future. After 10 years, we don't know what jobs are going to be remain, and there may be new jobs, we don't know. So our engineering curriculum should be future ready, and it should be dynamic and flexible, as Prasad sir said. And another point I just want to add is that engineering is a professional course. So what is the difference between a professional course and other courses? Let us take other professional courses like MBBS, BDS, lawyer, architects, CA. These professionals are practicing. They are trained to be practiced in the society. So we have to think whether we are training engineering students to be practitioners or just graduates with knowledge. If our curriculum is only providing knowledge and producing graduates, we have to change that, and we have to make sure that they are practitioners who can practice engineering in the society. That is my point.
As an entrepreneur yourself, Pandiraja, what would your suggestions, I think, will be of more importance here? What are your suggestions in this?
அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். Before getting into that point, I want to share something. Thank you, Tanshi, for inviting me. And after I got the invite, I just saw the list of people who are in there. I saw ministers coming, and I saw Arun Rai sir's name, and I know how smart he is. And I saw all the panel members. I just browsed their profile and all. I found that all of them are great experience. I was the only entrepreneur who got invited. So for last 3 days, I did all the research on all the curriculums across the world and all the examples of other countries, what they are doing, because I don't want to make fool of myself in front of everyone. And one more thing is, usually panel discussion lasts for 30 minutes. And here I found it to be 2 hours.
So actually, I'll give you a preamble for this.
Okay.
So we have been doing this dialogues, and 1 hour was never enough for us.
Okay.
So whenever we started, we used to, kind of run out of time, and we couldn't come out of some outcomes. So I think Sir decided that we should have an elaborate discussions, and since it is of very important point, that's why we have 2 hours of discussions here.
I got it. That's what the thing that come to my mind. So coming to the discussion points. So what I will be stressing on is, since we are focusing on curriculum as well as employability. I'm an entrepreneur myself, so we are doing a lot of recruitment, and we are approaching a lot of colleges. We are giving internships. So what we faced and what you are facing, that I will be sharing. And what I see this as there are primarily 5 stacks involved in this. First one is students, second one is curriculum. Third one is, like Sir rightly said, delivery, that is professors. And the fourth stack is academic institution. Finally, the header is government. So every stack has to be seen in what are all the changes that has to be added to each stack has to be discussed here. So based on what is existing across the world and what is existing in different industries, I will be discussing on each stacks during the discussion. Thank you.
Thank you. So with the opening remarks, we will get into the proper core of the panel discussion. So the discussion will be channelized on first understanding the gaps in our curriculum, and also, as Professor Krishnan said, the delivery of the curriculum by understanding the current landscape, and then on curriculum transformations, matrices like experiential learning, emerging technologies, basic employability skills, and like communication, teamwork, leadership, creativity, adaptability, innovation, as Sajjan said, the emotional quotient of the students, entrepreneurship, problem solving, and few radical questions here and there, if I can ask. But we end the discussion with a few actionable reforms. So to the start with, may I ask Krishnan sir, how well does the current engineering curriculum prepares graduates for the today's workspace? Do you see any gap? Even though you have said that the curriculum is okay, but that it's not the best. I want you to find out some gaps in the curriculum that you will want to work on.
Oh, thanks. Before that, I should do a disclaimer. That is, whatever we're discussing here, at least what my understanding is, all this going to go for a toss due to AI. In about 5 years, And education and technology is going to be hit most. Whatever we professors now decide to do, it may become pretty relevant in 4 to 5 years. So don't blame me later. I'm telling you right now, the AI is going to transform everything. In fact, I saw one of your notes which sort of listed a number of things like digital technologies, a few things, and AI. Now, AI is not one of those. AI is going to sit on top of everything. So our discussion is, as I said, it's a disclaimer, modulo that. Don't hold us responsible 5 years from now because AI changes. Right. Let me come back to my own thing about this employability thing. I said it's an industry's perception, employer's perception. And there are two types of employers, broadly speaking. One, of course, large corporations, software or maybe other logistics and so on and so forth, right? Other is MSMEs, okay? Now, they don't have same perception of the engineer they're looking at. They don't. I spoke to a number of my old students who run small companies, and they said, look, we don't see that as a major problem. Because we hire them, there's a process through which we do that, because it's not like a team lands in Chennai from the airport, directly goes to a college. It's not like that at all. The MSMEs are engaged with institutions locally, they know where to go. They say, yeah, so we take our time over it, but we wouldn't say teaching is not good enough for us. We have to work on that, and they have the time and patience to do. For one thing, of course, they don't pay so they can afford that. So I'm saying, whereas maybe large companies may have different view about that, but we need to make a distinction. Which are we trying to address? And it's almost like a matching, like in marriages, I suppose. No girl or boy is not unmarriageable. They just have to meet the right person and they'll get married, right? It's like that. The company and the student, a candidate, maybe a given set is mismatched. But that doesn't mean that you can't find somebody for whom this candidate is good enough. I'll tell you one thing. I've been teaching engineering, God's sake, I don't know how long. And I realized that anybody who clears this, 18 to 648 papers, it's not dumb. My God, it's not very difficult to clear all those papers. If a guy has managed that within a reasonable time, come on, he must be worth something. So I wouldn't consider anybody being unemployable. It's a bad word to use. If he has cleared all this, because the amount of intellectual effort that it takes to clear, they are not trivial. You can talk to anybody outside of engineering, right? So let's give some respect to those people and look at where the problem is. Problem to me, there are two types of problems when companies call somebody not employable. Now, strangely, when do they see that? At the time of interview, is it? Do the company say, oh, he's not employable because we spent 20 minutes with him or whatever? Well, that's not how teachers evaluate other people, right? So the point is that whatever, there's a set of deficiencies, I suppose, that we say because of all this they are unemployable. I divide that into two types. One is the candidate's understanding of the subject. He's supposed to learn, like I teach ECE. The guy who came out, does he know enough about ECE, what I've taught him? That's one level. Maybe there are deficiencies there. Yeah. Other thing is the employability has other dimensions. It's not about subject knowledge that the companies are pointing out. The other things. The other things are you have a whole long list. I saw personality, this, that, communication, all sorts of stuff. Now you can't expect a department faculty to be able to deal with that. You can expect a department faculty to be able to deal with the subjects and related things. Okay? So you have to have fresh effort, I think, to address those issues which are campus-wide. They're campus-wide. There's nothing to do with departments there. But again, the deficiencies that are commonly pointed out, I come back to teachers again. Teachers can play much greater role in in sort of making them employable. Because when somebody is watching his teacher, it's not just a subject, the person. That person is observing everything, how he behaves, how he talks, how he deals with people. Teacher is an enormous sample the student is looking at. And most of the weaknesses can probably be traced to there. So let's look at, I would like to talk more about, speak more about, or think more about what can we do so that teachers, transform themselves in not just in the way that they teach subject that everybody's doing, but other ways. How do they come through to the student? We need to put some emphasis on that. Okay, thank you.
Now I see why Professor Krishnan is a favorite among students, because he's more student empathetic. Ma'am agrees. Yes. So as Sir was saying that the curriculum gap also we need to find out, as well as the delivering. I think he will emphasize on the teachers training. So what is your take on it, Prasad sir? What are the gaps in curriculum? So we'll stick to that point right now. Do you see any gaps in the curriculum which we need to focus on right now?
So the answer is, I think yes, that's why we are all assembled here. Otherwise, no, there is a gap. There is a gap. We need to address that. The way that probably we can go forward is, one is, see, we have this very conventional way of educating people, giving them the fundamentals first, then how to apply. The famous Bloom's taxonomy, we take it in a literal sense. I think in theory also, taxonomy, that Bloom's taxonomy is not a developmental model. You don't have to really go from lower level to the next level to the next level. That is why it is conceived in a misconceptual. So probably we need to see what are the important skill sets that a particular education program need to address. How to develop that skill sets. It's not like every teacher wants their students to be skillful in all cognitive activities, which may not be possible. So why don't we address what are the skill set in every engineering program need to be developed, first thing. Then accordingly the syllabus can be, give those kind of, that is the way that even now people are designing the courses accordingly, but the training part is still a problem.
Prasad sir, can you elaborate with examples, the skill sets?
Yeah, the skill set, for example, problem solving skill. That's what Sriram sir also was saying, problem solving skill. How to develop problem solving skill. What a teacher does is, go to the classroom, get the fundamentals straight for maybe 3/4 of the semester. Then only the remaining time, they start to this problem solving. That way, no problem solving skill will be developed. Every skill is a function of practice. Why don't we start day one, problem solving skill? So then every teacher, when we say this in the workshops, teachers, they get a shock. How can we day one start problem solving? Because they lack the fundamental aspects. So what we are suggesting is, while solving the problem, whatever necessary understanding skill needed, they have to adopt. Not like the conventional strategy. We will fix level 1, then level 2, then level 3. That way we are not going to reach any level. Because semester is time packed, there are only 40 contact hours for every course. So if you want a skill development, we probably need to identify what skill that we are looking forward and then probably start from day one. So there are methodologies, there are methods to use very effectively how to do that. But teachers are not aware. That's what I'm coming back. Teacher training is going to be the one that game changer, probably to help the person to identify the skill, how to develop that skill with efficient within that time scale. So this understanding about developing skill. See, a coach is not necessarily a good player. But so this important thing is for teachers. Teachers' understanding of a subject doesn't necessarily decide the success of the student.
True.
How to inculcate skill is a totally different ballgame. So this is where teachers' training should be focused. So that this gap, because whenever students are coming to different programs, a lot of time they are not doing any kind of, the amount of practicals in a curriculum compared to the theory. There's a huge difference. They're not getting hands-on training. So one curriculum reform probably is incorporate more and more practical way of educating people. Second thing is, as Krishna sir rightly said, we are talking about future, and future is unpredictable, more unpredictable because of the AI. What we need is skill for adaptability. How to change to a particular scenario. We are not actually educating people for that, kids. We are having a very rigid framework. We only teach this and that. Suppose different scenarios comes, how to approach that. That can be a training module. That can be a course. That can be a part of every curriculum. Different scenarios, how to respond. So this kind of adaptability training is also missing in curriculum. These are the gaps, more practical aspects and adaptable way of doing things. I think we need to address these two things in a very heavy way in the curriculum reform.
Okay, so sir is saying that the skill sets development and adaptability are the one of the major areas we have to work on. Do you agree with that, Sriram sir?
Yeah, that's very, very important. Say, we are preparing the students for, as he said, unknown. Okay, so problem solving, logical thinking, and agile. They have to be agile. That's very important. Okay, so yes, regarding this curriculum definitely needs to be changed a lot. Okay, for example, engineering college, after graduating, joining the industries, then only they start learning. For example, I have aluminum die casting plant. If you ask me, any one of my mechanical students can work from day one in my own company? No. They have only one topic about castings. Even he take one subject course as that's also not possible. This is one. So we need to understand, especially the industries available in the surrounding area. We have to work with them and develop a curriculum to meet their expectation instead of producing somebody and they don't need. Another important thing is, especially in automotive industries or technical marketing and sales plays very important role in engineering. None of our students willing to join in those jobs also. So instead of separately having business management courses, along with engineering, we need to create those programs and need to enlighten the students. This many jobs are available, your career paths are available. For that, we need to design a curriculum and enhance their employability so that they can also get job. And another most important thing is many days for government regulation, for meeting government regulation, especially insurance and valuation of used machines or valuation of your properties and buildings, those things only we are not training, we don't have anything in our curriculum. Even some courses are available, but that not addressing the students. So along with the practical exposure, if we could include all those things, definitely they can get more job opportunity. Instead of that, now we are relying only experienced people, most of the days retired people only rendering this kind of services, especially for valuation and other things. Then also, we should also work interdisciplinary. Now with the invent of AI and adaptation of AI, law, medicine, accounts, all those areas, engineering students can work. Okay. So one of my friend, he after working in, he's an engineer, and after spending 20-30 years as a professional engineering field, then he took up law because he faced a problem. Filing patent, he had a problem. Then now he becomes most sought after person for advising the people on patent and as well as some legal issues related to engineering. Because we are selling a product, the copyrights and so many things come. Then we have to. A lawyer cannot understand, and engineer also don't know the laws. So like that, we need to come out with a different, whatever the jobs emerging, about to emerge, we should understand. For that, we need to develop curriculum, and as he said, we need to train our faculty such a way that they can meet the end expectations of each and every individual who are studying. Because in a class, maybe 60 students are there, but each and every individual student's aspirations as well as learnabilities are different, but unfortunately we are putting all of them in one class. So teacher learning and how we develop our teaching learning process also, that's very important.
But that would be a system constraint, sir. May I ask Alagupandi Raja, I have two questions for you.
Yeah.
So are our students employable as of now, since you are a recruiter? And since you are a fresher, maybe you have passed out only in recent past, do you see whatever our professors are saying, that we have a huge curriculum gap, and because of that, our students are less employable?
See, how I see is curriculum is designed to teach the students, not to make them employable. Our curriculum is. Why I'm telling you this is, recently we had this is a true incident. We took one person from Anna University, EC. So for any student who was passing out 12th, getting into EC in Anna University is a dream for Tamil Nadu.
Definitely.
For 3 months we had them, and after 3 months we have to let go of him. Because like sir mentioned that the curriculum is good, but the way of evaluation is basically evaluating how much memory power they have. So he was lacking completely of problem solving skills. Though we gave training for 3 months, we were not able to make him employable. The sad part is he's from a premium institution and a premium course. So this, I think this will answer your question. But this is not applicable to all. So now we are going to colleges and taking interns and also giving placements. So if in a class of 60, if I say, maybe some 8 to 10 people I can take and I can train them. If top 2 or 3 students will be extremely, they will be A+ kind of resources. They will place in any companies, any company come, they will take it. They don't even need our assistance. The remaining 5, 6, it's fine. We can train them. But remaining, they do not have any clue what is happening. So they are passing the exam just by memorizing, maybe just for the sake of passing that exam, they are studying. So this has to change, because the way we have to evaluate not just their memory power, we have to evaluate their, like sir mentioned, the problem solving skills, analytical skills, all those things. Because with the evolution of AI, artificial intelligence, a lot of lower IQ jobs is going to go out. There's no doubt in that. In a class, like sir also mentioned, that there will be different set of IQs will be for different set of people. So higher IQ people, we don't have to worry about them. Anyways, they will get placed. The medium set of IQs, that is, usually if you see TCS, CTS and all, they will come and take thousands of students before. Now that is not going to happen, because those companies place the medium IQ people. So for them, we have to work now so that we can make them more employable. And employability doesn't mean that add one more course on AI. That's not how it's going to work, or just add one more training program for them. So that's not the case. And like sir rightly mentioned, the practical knowledges has to be, now we are taking theory first and then giving practicals. So this has to reverse. This might look radical, but this is it should work, because when I was studying 12th standard chemistry, I don't like chemistry at all. Full of equations.
Sorry, myself and Prasad sir are chemistry professors.
I'm really sorry. But when I see a series in Netflix, Chernobyl, I think you must be aware of that Fukushima reactor that burst, and suddenly some of 5, 6 chemists will come and they want to control that reaction. At that time, my interest and curiosity towards chemistry got spiked. I want to learn how to do that. So that is kindling that if that series I have seen when I was 12th, I could have got full mark. Yeah, I would have done. So see, we have to figure out such things. So how we can make that process more engaging, how we can make it more incentivizing for them, and how we can engage the practical skills. So in order to solve that, I have to read a lot of fundamentals. The first principles I will be reading. So if I go with fundamentals, before reaching the problem, I will lose my motivation. I think this kind of radical changes are needed in the curriculum. The practical knowledges has to be given importance, and also the higher level knowledge, basic of analytical skills and problem solving skills has to be given importance.
Superb, Alagu Pandiraja. The thing is, as Prasad sir said and as you said, I think we should give students the problems and then teach the fundamentals behind the problems.
Exactly,
whatever fundamentals we can use in those problem solving, we can use that.
Yeah, that is what is done in internships. So when they come to internship, the company does that. We do not have resource to train them properly. If they are coming as an employee, we will have a proper employment training programs and all. They come in internship, we will directly put them in a problem or with the team which is working. So they have to go the things in reverse. They will start reading everything in order to understand, in order to do things. We have easily given some 30, 40 internships in the last 2 years. And all the people who got internship got placed in a very good company. So internship plays that vital role. So now government has mandated that people has to do internships. But that we have to have a monitoring mechanism, because many of the internships are not properly happening. They're just getting certificates.
Yes.
Those things, if we can somehow have a clear mechanism to monitor that, I think the employability percentage will drastically rise.
Increase. Sajan sir, one question to you is problem solving skill innate, or can we develop through a curriculum?
Okay,
I was curious about it.
Okay, ma'am. Before answering that, ma'am, I just wanted to answer, is there any gap in the curriculum? Okay, there is a gap in the curriculum. I'm not telling this as a professor. I was a part of a program called Personalized Competency Development Program in the institute. So as a part of that, I got an opportunity to interact with so many industry people. I have interacted with around 500 plus industry people, ma'am. So they are, irrespective of the industry size, they are saying two things, ma'am. Fundamental knowledge. All the students must have fundamental knowledge. All are they saying that. Second thing they are saying is that all the students must have a portfolio of projects. At the end of 4 years, they must have some list of projects they have done in the entire 4 years. So this portfolio of projects part we are not addressing in the curriculum at present, but we are addressing the fundamental part. We are addressing it in a greater level that students are studying only fundamentals up to 4 years of their study. Current generation students come with lot of expectations. For example, a EC students comes, he is asking, sir, when I am going to build the satellite? That is his question. When a mechanical student comes, he is asking, sir, where is the car Tesla I am going to design? So this is the expectation actually. So when they sit in the class and learning chemistry and physics and math, again after +2, they are asking, sir, when I am going to try all these things? This is the reality I am facing now. So what we have did is that first day itself, we will give them electronic components. They will do everything, resistor capacity, they don't know. They may not be knowing the working, but they will give all the components and everything they can work. They will be studying the theory only in the 3rd semester. But first semester itself, they will try to build many things. It's a personalized scheme. We are not compelling students to do, everybody has to do everything in the same pace. They can do up to their level actually. It was successful and we were able to see students have a lot of interest into the core. So even the fundamental is a bottom to top approach. We are basic fundamentals, then increasing. Skill should be a top to bottom approach. That is my point actually. Because we have to give the problems and practical things in the first day itself. Let them work on that actually. In that process, as sir said, in that process, the necessary fundamentals they will. So we can keep a balance on the fundamental and the curiosity. By the end of 4 years, students will have portfolio of projects and also they will be good in fundamentals. But we should not go to the extremes. We should not go to the extreme of fundamentals and we should not go to the extreme of practicals. That is my point actually.
So balancing would be the key.
Yes. Right. And your second question, ma'am, yes, we can build this analytical skills through proper teaching and practice. Yeah.
Need not be innate.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. So with the first round of gap identification, I think we have found out that the hierarchical setup of the curriculum can be changed, like from the
yes,
foundations.
Skill part we are not addressing at present in the curriculum.
Okay.
I am not telling about IIT and all. I'm talking about the tier 1, tier 2 college. It's a different universe. It is not like IITs. IIT having lot of freedom and flexibility. They are doing things from the first day onwards. But that is not the case of tier 1, tier 2 colleges. Only we are in a rigid curriculum actually. So we are teaching physics, chemistry in that. That's good. That's correct. We should not give away fundamentals. I am perfectly to that point. Industry people are also stressing that point. But we have to start skills also from the first day. That is my.
One aspect of importance of this problem-solving way of education. See, when a problem comes, you cannot categorize it as a purely chemistry program, purely physics, purely engineering. See, for example, I have a problem with my cell phone. It's getting heated up. So now we are telling the students, now fix it. Now, it's not just chemistry, it's not materials, it's energy, it's economics, it's so many things will automatically interdisciplinary nature will come. So students will start looking at in a problem-solving approach. In that process, they learn so many things. It's not like we don't, so that's why this any engineering curriculum doesn't see the importance of chemistry, physics, so they are removing that part. So instead of removing, probably we need to see integrating. So throw a problem which requires chemistry skill, physics skill, math skill, all skills are needed. This problem doesn't look from disciplinary point of view, right? Only we, for our convenience, we segregated it.
So multidisciplinary approach of at looking a problem. Yes. So the first gap that I think we have identified is skill set development lacking in the curriculum. I think Krishnan sir wants to say something else.
Because you
you have to get your money's worth, right? So you want us to say how curriculum should be changed. How, yeah? Here is one suggestion. We produce about 1,100 PhDs in Tamil Nadu every year. They are all Anna University PhDs. I'm not talking about private universities, okay? So I was having a chat I have this old friend called Timothy Gonzalez. He was a professor of computer science and so on. Day first day. So he said, do you know where they go? Yeah, they all go to teach. These people do not go into industrial R&D. I can guarantee you that. PhDs produced in Anna University, maybe 1 or 2% go to industrial R&D because most of them are actually teachers, right? So, but he told me, do you ever tell them anything how to teach? Not at all. We are asking them to publish 2 papers. So here is the suggestion for you for curriculum development, because PhD also has curriculum. Make sure that they are trained in teaching, right? Because that's what they're going to be doing. I don't know what kind of research they will do whenever they're going to teach, but they're going to teach. So train them in teaching, and that can be curriculum. PhD curriculum should have a regulation saying that some way you have to find out, can they teach? They teach out. That's one point. Number 2, let me also give you, most members of the panel, a check on test reality. That is, we're talking about flexibility of curriculum. Now, all engineering colleges leave out the autonomous ones. The curriculum is designed by Anna University, okay? If there is a flexibility, it has to be there. But how can it be flexible there when you are dealing with 400 colleges and 16 campuses, okay? So let's keep that in mind, that in this system, it is difficult to meet various requirements of flexibility and so on. And again, I say, everything considered, we have a reasonable curriculum. Again, since I'm a professor, there is something called regulation, there is something called curriculum, there is something called syllabus. So make sure that where are we pointing to? Is the syllabus issue, regulation issue, and so on and so forth. Why I'm saying this Anna University special thing is that flexibility is tough. I mean, those autonomous colleges can do that. But some flexibility can be there, some is still there. One other thing I want to tell you is, for example, recently, I just saw that, every course has a P component. P is practicals, yeah? This was not there before, until about 5 years back. And that's very good. But if you go to any laboratory, the situation of the laboratory is pretty abysmal. There are 4 students standing around a table doing analog circuit lab. 4 students, what will they do for 2 hours? One will be looking this way. So I'm saying we have to invest in laboratories if you want to improve practical skills, okay? I think we are reached now a crisis point where they spend time in the lab, they learn nothing. A, they're crowded, B, the equipments are not there. So I don't think it comes under curriculum development, but investing in laboratories has to be done, big way. And industries should do that. I am sure Lakshminarayan isn't there. Why don't we have, when you enter into university, so-and-so lab, TCS lab, this lab, nothing. There are America, you go, you find them. TCS set up research centers and so on. So we should make it mandatory for industry here to set up some laboratories in most campuses. So I'm just saying, this is not a point of telling unemployable. Everybody has to pay up. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I think now we have a problem with the solution. Yeah, so sir has pointed out a problem with the solution that we have, that flexible curriculum is not very flexible.
So flexibility part, I just want to add, one concrete suggestion probably we can think together is, what is the current percentage of flexibility or the elective courses in a program? So we can increase it 10% because so those terminology for convenience, every institute do that. Right. So then it's losing the meaning of elective, right? So what I'm trying to say is, can we increase at least 10% more electives? So it can be like from Anna University, can suggest it to all other affiliated university, increase by 10%. Something practical I'm thinking, how to increase the elective percentage. Because that is how flexibility means, student choosing. Student choosing is important for the future education. We cannot dictate the Gen Z, Gen Alpha are not going to listen to you. Please understand that. So they come with something in their mind. If you provide choice, then they will be more motivated. Don't try to motivate in the classroom by giving a lecture. It doesn't work. So better thing is, let them choose from a basket. so that these baskets can be provided, more elective percentage can be. That's what I was thinking.
Point out here, let's look at the reality, okay? No point dreaming like that. Your budget is 3,500 crores in here, and now university is 350. Let's get here. Budget on the system. Come on, come say this.
No, budget and curriculum.
You don't mind if I say you have to invest in labs? There is this Singapore president called Lee Kuan Yew.
Okay.
Lee Kuan Yew used to say, you throw peanuts, you get monkeys. Yes? You throw peanuts, you get monkeys. So if you keep throwing peanuts to the classroom, I'm sorry, that's all what you would get. You have to invest.
Infrastructure is
Actually, so our system is more wherever go. Even now also, today also, they told that IIT, NITs. So that is, I think that is a discrimination. Spending too much money for few people, that is totally unethical and illogical. We have to come out from this. Yeah.
Let's not corner Prasad sir, please. Though sir will have answers.
The discussion is about the
Curriculum development.
curriculum, engineering curriculum, not IIT versus others, number one. Secondly, IIT have their own systems and we have our own systems. Thirdly, let me commit to you that there are no dearth of funds in the government of Tamil Nadu. If laboratories need to be upgraded, we are. In fact, the current year we are providing 30 crores of rupees. So there is no dearth of resources. We will be able to meet, So that need not be the concern. Now my request to the panelists,
Let's stick to
you see again, I think Professor was saying, where do we stand? Whether it is curriculum, syllabus or regulation. We are on curriculum. What do we mean by curriculum? What is the total credit? How many numbers? That is from day one, the student enters the college, till the last day, last hour, he or she leaves is curriculum. That is how many subjects, how many credit, how many elective, is it co-curricular, extracurricular, practical, everything including. But syllabus is confined to one subject. And it has got 5-6 units, namely name of the course, credit given, and then course objective, course outcome, content, transaction methodology, finally assessment. That we are on curriculum. Something is basically wrong, has gone wrong. Now I'll not go to the wordings, but it is a fact, anecdotally we know, that there is still a gap. Our children need to learn more, be it knowledge or skill, to become more employable. And that is the issue. So let us not reduce it to this level of IIT and we want IITs, we want NITs, and we want Anna University also. Both have to sail together, and we know how to blend it. And again, Professor, there are no depth of resource in government. I can tell you for higher education, because of secretaries here, and I've been discussing with Finance Secretary and Chief Secretary, there are no depth of resources at all. It is how we manage is the issue. Yes, Professor.
Yes. Sorry, sir, we took a small detour, but yes, I think Sriram sir wants to continue.
Actually, I share how we do at Chennai Institute of Technology, the new curriculum and things. We faced problem, we anticipated industry will slow down, there won't be much jobs because of AI. Now there are the large IT service companies, at least 30% of coding who the human used to do, they already automated, AI is doing. In upcoming years, that will increase. So we recently launched, this year onwards, we redesigned our curriculum so that we will address whatever jobs about to come. We don't know. Earlier, when one student joins in our college, I used to meet them and they will say that I wanted to go to this company is coming for campus placement, like that they ask. Today, I will also assure, yes, that company is coming, I will place. This year onwards, if anybody, so many students approach, I said that I cannot promise because I don't know that company will exist after 4 years or 6 years. And how many jobs they will create, I don't know. So then we have to redesign our curriculum. That's why first semester, apart from building, I strongly believe fundamentals are strong when you have don't have concrete plan or concrete jobs. The fundamentals we have to strengthen. That's why the core subject we are giving more important. Along with that, problem solving, that is very, very again and again, it is very important. For that, we included design thinking course. And this design thinking course, already Government of India also given some funding, especially in Northeast, and now IIT also responsible, Madras also, for adopting 2-3 colleges and few colleges in Tamil Nadu, they also implemented. So for this design thinking, it's a 3-credit course. We will give some kits for students, IoT devices, all those things. Students can learn like the panel member said, they are coming to college, joining mechanical engineer, I wanted to build a car. So let them experience. And whatever they require to learn, let them understand. Yes, building this, I need to learn a design tool. I need to learn a analysis tool. I need to understand the materials. And how kinematics, all those things he has to understand. Then he will tell, yes, for this I need to understand these fundamentals, those subjects, then they can focus. Otherwise, we teach mechanics, engineering mechanics, strength of material, all those, they don't know why they have to learn at first year. For this design thinking course is helping, and that's why we included. And another more important is in the curriculum, we also implemented prompt engineering, because how to ask question, that is very, very important. For that, prompt engineering also in the first semester itself included, and we struggled a lot to convince our board of study members, especially from my university, to accept that the first semester. That is done now. So, and in addition to that, second year, third semester onwards, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth, earlier theory subject and practical. Now, our curriculum we designed such a way that there are in a semester, 2 theory subjects, 2 theory and practical together, another 2 subjects, theory and projects. So, thermal engineering, one student is studying, then thermal engineering along with he has to do a project. In that also 50% we are giving weightage for project, and 50% learning the theories, concept and other things, fundamentals, those things. And in the project also not one-time evaluation, it is a continuous evaluations. First review, second review, they will get 50% mark, and end project completion for project evaluation, another 50 marks will be awarded. Like that, we designed a curriculum so that problem solving ability, logical thinking, applications, understanding the fundamentals, awareness, need to understand, learn the masters the fundamentals, strengthen their basic, everything they themselves understand, then they can start building. Then third year, as I said, our curriculum completely aligned with whatever jobs are about to emerge for them, not for future or not in the past. I am studying third year. When I finish next year my course, what are the jobs going to emerge? He also fairly we are having our ideas, and because your curriculum, designing the curriculum should be flexible. Otherwise, if you are designing a curriculum for 4 years for one particular student joining this year, when he graduates, those jobs won't be there. That's why we are again revising our curriculum. And the third year, those subjects only they can learn. And as they said, they can also choose which I don't know which job I wanted to have after joining engineering. They don't know at the beginning of joining, but they know very well that this I like. I wanted to build my career out of this field for designing a car or manufacturing system or automation. So those subjects they can learn and during their third year, along with building and participating in various competitions. It's must. Participation in a competition or building something is must during third and the final year. Then final year, they can go to the company, whichever company they wanted to have job, or companies also we are proposing. 35% of my students are getting internship. Those offers later on converted into full-time offer, not only in IT companies, in core engineering companies also. That's why in the fourth year, companies also understand better and the students also learn better, so they can build their career out of that. This is very important. This apprenticeship scheme is coming. But unfortunately, apprenticeships offered after completing their 4 years of engineering program. State and central governments are giving. I also, we should include those things, policymakers, and if government wanted to facilitate job or offer some incentives, give it to those apprentices can be included during their final year, especially for engineering courses, professional courses like engineering. That is also very important.
Yes, sir. Yes, so I think we are discussing the lacking in problem solving skill sets in students that comes from the curriculum. And also we are talking about how we can implement a flexible curriculum. Right. So may I ask Sajan sir, okay, you want to say something? Yes, please go on.
With respect to flexibility, I just want to add a point. So since we don't know how future is going to be, so we should be bold enough to try new things. This is an international example. The US government, they tried this thing. They opened a university that is 100% flexible. In the course, you can choose any subjects you want. This was tried at 2002. And the results were so encouraging that the students who are coming out of them are highly, they are able to produce new things. That is, the innovativeness was very high. So that acts as an empirical evidence for the other colleges to increase the flexibility.
So proof of concept is there.
I'm talking about the Western country, not India. So,
so he's saying that the total flexible curriculum is there.
I'm confused is this. Anna University colleges and Anna University departments have a curriculum centrally designed. Flexibility, it does provide for some flexibility. So when you say, you spoke at length, that's what I'm asking. You autonomous have, yes, but the problem of employability largely may be belonging to the non-autonomous, partly. Yeah,
but we can take examples from them, right? Yes.
Yeah. Even though we are autonomous, but in practical, we are controlled by Anna University each and every. We have to, we want the true autonomy because around 300 engineering colleges become now autonomous. So you should give freedom. When you are autonomous, when the child is adult, 18 years, leave them, let them learn and everything. And you say that I want 3 members in academic council, board of members, 6 members, and they share their experience also. They don't want to learn what we do. So then Sir came, he's listening, I'm very happy, actually otherwise I would not have come. Sir is, I thought that when I come, if I talk something, that can be taken for actionable points and force and later on it will be implemented. That's why I'm here.
Okay. I hope that Anna University will learn from the new things that CIT is developing. Let's hope, because Registrar Sir is here. I think he's making points of it as well. Yes. Sajan sir, you want to add, or Arik sir, you want to complete?
Yeah,
yes.
Let me complete. So what I was intended to say is we also have to try such things. So only after trying new things, radical things, we will know that whether that will work or not for our environment. We don't have to implement it statewide, but at least we should try it in a pilot basis. That flexibility thing that I'm
total flexibility, will it be possible, Prasad sir? Complete flexibility of giving the authority to students to choose. Are they capable enough to choose what they want? I don't know.
The issue is, in education sector, the changes that we envisage probably take shape in a slow pace. Because we are talking about education, which is a fundamental part of a country's growth. Radical changes, implementation is unlikely to happen. But that's why I said flexibility can be incrementally increased. That is doable. That is very much doable. Percentage of electives, for example, can we think of 50% core, 50% electives? Many professors will disagree because they want the core as to be the core, so they have to be more than 50%. But things are changing, scenario is changing. Why don't we take a break 50-50, 50 core, 50 electives. Let the students choose it. We can have faculty advisor systems, we can guide them, we can help them to choose. All those accessories we can demand. But the new generation, they have much more informed than ours. So we don't have to actually prescribe everything. Let them, that's a part of motivation. Let them decide what they want. We can even help them by asking questionnaires, we can have surveys, we can help them when they join the college, where do you want to, what is the roadmap? Let them decide, and then, so partly flexibility can be increased. over the coming years. That could be a curriculum change we can think.
So I'm just asking as an academician, will it bring to jack of all trades and master of none?
No, that because this is the old concept is that we have to be fundamental to be very strong. So now we need to realize that we are in a time zone where we are going to redefine what is fundamental. The fundamentals are getting redefined now. So that's why this adhering to this core, how long we are going to do. Like sir said, AI is going to replace your jobs. That is the point we are standing. So unless we come out of this rigid framework, there is no go forward I am seeing.
I just want to add one point, ma'am. Actually, 3-4 years before, Sri Lanka was economically very down. Now they came as a upper class country, but India is unable to come because Sri Lanka is a very small country, we can manage, but India is a very large country. Similarly, autonomous colleges are like small countries, and Anna University is a very big country. So changes will happen very slowly, but any discussion will be good and progressive because flexibility is required. That is a requirement of the time. We cannot neglect that point. For example, olden days we will go to the grocery store and we will ask, they will give the product. Now everybody is going to supermarket and we are taking whatever we want. So that is a flexibility in consumerism actually. So similar kind of flexibility is expected in education also, especially for the current generation. I am working close with the current generation. They are expecting a lot of flexibility. So that should be reflected everywhere from Anna University and also.
Can you a little more go in deep with what do you mean by flexibility?
Okay, ma'am. I will tell you an example for an actionable item, ma'am. Actually, for example, at present we have elective system. There is a basket of electives. A student can take 6 electives, so he will be good in that particular domain. That is the concept actually. Instead of asking the students to take 6 electives and sit in the class and learn everything, why can't we give the freedom for the student to complete 3 electives and the remaining 3 equivalent credits can be achieved through projects? Let the student do 3 projects.
Electives in the same
same domain. For example, let us take an example. Student is interested to take the domain of IoT. Let them take 3 electives subjects as classroom teaching. Let the remaining 9 credits. Let them either they can earn through course or they can earn through projects. So we have to be acceptable that we have to make it acceptable that a student completing 9 credits worth project is equivalent to these courses. But the problem is that there is a problem of trust. Nobody trusts anybody. So we are thinking that if we give this flexibility, they will misuse actually. So in that process, we are making everybody's life miserable. This is a trust issue because we are in a survival mode. Nobody trusts anybody. Everybody is checking who is violating. So that is why the rigidity is there in the system actually. So if trust comes, surely the rigidity will go away and flexibility will increase. That's my point.
Okay, so let's not go to the trust part.
Yes, I'll just add a point to this flexibility thing. What I meant by flexibility is, say, if I am interested to study batteries, or if I'm interested to study artificial intelligence. So for the 4 years, I want to study only courses related to that. I do not want to diversify myself and study something which is completely unrelated. Or if I am interested to study semiconductors. So I see that in the future, there is going to be a huge market for quantum computing. So my focus is to study only that, or semiconductors are related to that. Batteries comes, I have to study all the components related to the batteries. So now if I have a course where, it's not that every course has to be completely flexible. If I have a dedicated course which is completely flexible, whichever thing I like, I can study. So if 60 students are coming out of that course that year, so all of them would have studied what they like and what they intended to. So the chances of them being more productive is extremely high. So this has been proven in other parts of the world. So this is what this kind of thing can be included is what I'm suggesting.
Okay, so let me ask Prasad sir, the flexibility, which gap are we identifying here? With the flexibility in curriculum, which gap are we identifying here?
The gap that leads to employability only. Because the students, when they choose what they want to, they become more motivated to learn that one, and that their skill will enhance and they will be more employable. The only thing, one suggestion I want to add there is, suppose we give completely to the freedom to the students to choose, there can be hiccups or maybe wrong choosing the pathway. So there may be a guideline suppose you want to go this way, these are the roadmap. So that kind of a guideline institution can provide, but at least a large fraction of the courses they want to learn, there should be a freedom for choosing that. That is one aspect. That directly connected with the skill development. Because see, we all talk about motivation is very important, curiosity is very important. How do we generate that? If you prescribe something, how do you expect curiosity to begin? So this is a very important aspect in learning. Motivation is a personal choice. You cannot inject it. So are we providing personal choice opportunity in curriculum? That is a question. That can be brought only by more and more choice. Our choice system is very poor. We always prescribe, do this, do that. So students have no voice in course conduct. That part has to change. That's what we are addressing. So that is directly connected to the skill development. That's what I believe.
Yes. Krishnan sir, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, whatever I'm saying, I have in mind the context of Tamil Nadu and Anna University. Let's make it clear. Yeah, 80% of the students, that's what I have in mind, and the colleges and so on. So, a couple of things I want to point out. Dr. Lakshminarayanan was very spot on many points he brought out. One was that, for example, faculty doesn't do any research. So how does student learn to innovate, questioning, analytical ability? Where does he learn it from? And so he said all teachers should be, encouraged, whatever, to do research. Now that is, wherever they can, I'm sure they would. But I would rather emphasize on consulting. Because each person, a consultancy engagement with a business or a factory, that is straightforward, right? And so if a teacher is, consulting for some industry, doesn't even have to be moneyed. There need not be money there. Just go there, acquaint themselves with that, come and give the feedback to students, and over time, maybe the person can contribute something to the industry as well. It's much easier to do, because almost every place you go, a factory or industry, whatever, right? So that's, research is harder because you need money, you need to have connections to get money out of Delhi. My God, I've got a lot of money out of Delhi, but thanks to all my connections, IIT and so on and so forth. But now it is very difficult, okay? So let us say teachers should get into some kind of consulting engagement in their neighborhood. You spoke about that, the neighborhood industry. I think that's something, I don't know if it forms a curriculum or not, but something I would recommend. Second is this, we talk about flexibility. I'm sorry to watch the linen in public. Anna University, the university departments, they have a fixed question set. Part A, Part B. Now I am told there is a Part C. I didn't know about that. Now that means students are told you will be examined this way, this way. Now when the student goes to an interview in a company, you mean he can't expect anything. You understand that? He doesn't know what kind of question come about. Whereas now you have trained him over 4 years, Part A, Part B, Part A, Part B. So he has completely lost the ability to be open as to what can be examined on. And how can I be examined on? Not what, that syllabus says that, right? So we must give some flexibility to faculty. In fact, faculty of Anna University department, they have complete, they said this is completely internal. They said their own question paper. Having trusted them to do that, surely trust them to make a question paper that thing is worth asking, not Part A, Part B type. So that's another suggestion I have.
So I think that would come under examination reforms, that we had already a discussion on. Yes.
Okay. Say the flexibility of choosing course. The students joining mechanical engineering, he or she, they don't know what is mechanical engineering. Then after joining first year, he think that it's not suitable, I wanted to change. We are not allowing, we are punishing them. So we should we bring reform that they should choose after, they should change after 6 months or 1 semester or 2 semester or 3rd semester. We should allow them to change the course. That is very important. And also in future, not only within engineering, after 1 year, they should be allowed to go to some commerce program, economics program. Like that also, we should bring radical changes so that that will be new jobs, new technologies, new not only technologies, arts, science, those things also. That's very important. But right now, we are not allowing. Many students. Companies are telling that hiring in IT companies, but mechanical engineers, EEE engineers, they are hiring. The students, one student in my college 3rd year from ECE, I wanted to go to IT companies, but I am learning this. Then they have to learn beyond their curriculum, prepare for jobs. Okay, our curriculum does not allowing students to build their career based on their interest or based on their job available. That is it's a big problem we need to address when you want to enhance graduate employability, and for that we need to come out with radical changes, not very after 3 years or 5 years. Immediately we need to. The reforms are needed, very much needed. Today it is needed, not tomorrow or day after tomorrow.
Very well taken, Sriram sir. So I think the multidisciplinary aspect also you are talking about, that the students should know in all disciplines, an holistic development should happen in a student once they are out of the engineering curriculum. So beyond technical knowledge, employers are increasingly seeking communication. Are you looking at the communication skills of the students? How good are they at the teamwork? Do they have leadership skills? Are they creative? And adaptability. Are you checking all those parameters in a student? And if yes, does this curriculum help them in increasing all these soft skills or life skills? Say if the core, they are very good at their core knowledge.
This skill sets are needed, but it depends on the job that they are going to end up with. So many of if they are going to face clients or the partners who are giving projects to the company, obviously the communication skills are needed. But there are certain jobs where only the technical knowledge is needed. So if they are able to understand the technical instructions that their lead is giving or their manager is giving, that should be sorry. So only those, like I said, so for them it won't be needed. But as such, if you ask me whether this curriculum is giving these skills or not, that is the example that I gave when I started this when I started discussing, that we took someone from an university and we are not able to keep him up. So that acts as a sample space here. So our curriculum is not teaching that thing, but this will be the need of because technical skills are going to be neutral because of AI. Right now, coding, the IT industry was the major job provider. But since that is going to be taken away, many of the other skills will come into picture. So this skills has to be developed, but our curriculum or the way it is being evaluated is not helping build those aspects.
I just want to add one point, ma'am. Actually, previously IT companies were the major recruiters, so they will be facing clients actually, the employees. So that is why the concept of communication was important like that. But now currently I am seeing that core companies are mostly preferring the technical knowledge. Communication is important, but is that secondary. Core technical knowledge is important. For example, one of the student came and gave me a feedback like he went for an interview with an embedded company. The technical lead asked him about capacitor. It is a device in electronics for 2 hours. For 2 hours, the technical lead is asking only about capacitor. So the student must have that much depth about that component or that concept, then only they are ready to accept the student. So it is fundamental knowledge is important, in a very depth it is important, and technical in the present scenario, technical knowledge is more important and communication comes secondary. But previously it was not like that, because IT industries were the major recruiter. Now the trend is changing actually.
So, sir, Prasad sir, do you agree with that, that the soft skills are,
So somebody said, soft skills should be called not soft skills, hard skills, because it's very difficult to develop those skills. So that's what. So I mean, soft skills are important because they are going to work in a workplace where other colleagues will be there. So definitely soft skills are important. Right now, our education system is not focusing there. We are all, cognitive training is the most important thing in curriculum. But the easy way to bring these things is, again, I'm falling back to the teacher training program. In our programs, we normally train them how to conduct class with the teamwork. So these are skills that develop when you are already part of a team, how to talk in a team, how we should not dominate when we're giving a discussion, how to accept ideas, how to build ideas. This they will develop when you teach your subject, chemistry, physics, maths or engineering, but put them in teams. So the conventional way of conducting class by a lecture, there is no scope of developing soft skills because they are all just simply listening. So we need to revamp the design of the class. We put them into teams, ask them to solve a problem. While solving the problem, they discuss, they give and take, and that these skills can be developed. And there can be conflicts in the teamwork. So teacher will be like a manager, has to intervene sometime and then address these issues. But there is no other way to develop these skills. We cannot to teach soft skills by a lecture. So that also may be a curriculum that comes actually in the teacher training program. So it's a part of the teacher training.
Yes. So I think Krishnan sir would like to say something on the teacher training because he was always emphasizing on teachers being equipped, to be equipped. No? Yeah.
If you ask somebody to say something, somebody will say something.
Okay. Yes, sir. Straight up.
Say, courses like engineering professional courses, instead of insisting only MTech, PhD, we should bring practitioners for teaching. So, I can teach manufacturing technology better, but I am only AME. I am not ME or PhD. None of my faculty teach like me, manufacturing technology. But you are not allowing that. Why? You have to come out. This is the time to do the reform. And you are coming out and asking for inspection how many MEs, PhDs, how many years worked, like that only. We have to change. Practitioners as passionate engineers are there. We should allow them to teach. You have to find at least 10%, 20%, so like that, if not all, especially applied technology, application related area, we should bring. Then teachers, they should do projects. Now we are asking my professors to do some projects.
Yes, not the students alone.
They would have done, they never done, because our BE project only final year project, earlier those days, ME project also not like that, not much involved. And the PhD, you are doing 6 months, 6 years or 5 years, one research area, and I don't know what you did and what
Sriram sir, I think now AICT is...
That's why practitioners is very important.
No, AICT is recommending teachers to go for industrial immersions.
No, that is in addition to what as per norms 1:15 or 1:20 faculty student ratio, in addition to that only. Because say for example, I am paying 1 lakh rupees salary for one professor. If I want to hire a manufacturing technology teaching person, expert from the industry, I have to pay 3 lakhs or 4 lakhs. Then only he or she will come and take the class. But that is only additional. That cannot be counted for including as a professor as per qualifications. That's important.
Okay. No, what I was saying is that our own professors, they undergo industrial immersions. Now it is mandatory according to AICT.
That is mandatory. So otherwise they cannot, because now gone the days, whatever you learned 20 years before and you are teaching now, that can be learned a few minutes with some few videos and other things. The learning is fundamentally undergoing a lot of changes. We are not understanding that. We are not accepting that. We have to come out. Learning is totally changed. Okay? Students don't want to listen, don't want to sit inside your classroom. They don't want to sit. You cannot expect them to listen to you. Okay? Except, that's why now I am building classrooms with 3 or 4 lecture halls, not individual classrooms. So the building what we are, 200 students come, one professor, he do the lectures. That is one type. Another type is based on workshops, so that the teams involved in doing lot of project, activity based and those things, everybody involved in that. Some experts, say one expert in one particular topic, he cannot spend too much time. The highly not available those kind of resources. Okay. So they can deliver lecture, and it's a very, very important. In like developed countries, many universities lectures are happening like that only. You have to wait. You have to schedule to meet to have that class, that lecture, attend his or her lecture. Okay. Then your regular classrooms can be changed to activity-based, team-based learnings.
Okay. So yes, sir.
Just want to add to that, like you are trying some different way of combining the lecture halls you mentioned. So there is a method called studio physics. So studio physics is ideally about teaching in a laboratory, not in a classroom. So students are doing experiment and then they are learning. So we need to probably think about adapting to different teaching styles rather than this conventional, 40 credit hours where teacher comes and talking. So that is one. Another aspect I just want to add is teacher getting training on conducting project, consultancy, research may not necessarily add to the teaching skill. Again, I am bringing that analogy of coach and the player. These are two different skill sets. Don't mix it up. So teacher getting exposure in research is good for the teacher. I'm not denying that. It's good. But that doesn't really not necessarily get transferred. If we are imagining that, or we are defining teaching as lecture, that's why we are seeing that his knowledge is going to be reflecting in the lecture, and that will be beneficial for the student. So that's why we think that teacher training means teacher knowledge increasing, teacher project conducting skill increasing. But we are talking about how to inculcate skill in another person. It's a different ball game. So teachers should be trained on that aspect too.
One last point, ma'am. Change is inevitable, ma'am. So we must be ready for change. Otherwise, we will become obsolete. That is what history says. So I think as professors, I am also a professor, we all have that insecurity that if we give more flexibility and students' choice, our control may lose. Okay, we are trained in a way that we have to be in control. So I think that is given. And one point is that I think we need more winter break and summer break for the students. Actually, more number of days. In IIT and all, there are 2 months like that, right, sir? Yeah, we need more winter break and summer break for the students.
So
I'm not saying winter vacation and summer vacation. That may go to a different discussion. Winter break and summer break, so students can do something by their own. They can conduct an industry, or they can do some remote project, or they can build something together with their friends. So this one is important, ma'am. Second one is we are talking about inculcating practical thing and everything, skill and but where is the time? We cannot cover all these subjects, and so there should be some arrangement. Like some of the topics can be self-learned by the students in a subject, even though it is a core subject. Some of the content should be delivered by the faculty. Some of them should be covered in self-learning. But we must tell the students that even though it is self-learning, it will come in the question paper. And students must be ready to address that questions also. So if we do that, we can get more time to for the practice component of the curriculum. That is my point.
Says that 40% of the courses can be learnt online. Okay, but unfortunately, our Anna University we need to learn everything inside the classroom. So we are giving 3 courses online, not many courses. That more courses can be learnt online and based on students' preference. If some students, he wanted to learn everything inside the classroom or from the staff, that's okay. If he prefers some courses online and you evaluate, you will develop a system the process to evaluate, that's more than enough. So that we should allow at least 50% of engineering subject can be learned, self-learned or online also possible. That will help him to spend more time for doing projects or internship, all those things.
Do you think self-learning will help, or you want to add on to Sajan sir's point?
Sorry, can you ask?
No, what he's saying that self-learning will improve the students' capability, employability, or what do you think?
My point is self-learning will definitely improve, but we have to see what are the successful examples which is existing already. If you take medicine, so if you saw the professor, he will be taking classes in the morning and he will be attending patients in the government hospital in the evening, and in the late night he will have run his own private clinics. So all these things, see, nothing incentivizes like money. So if such a professor take a class, then we will get a qualified medical professionals. So for that, we are giving the flexibility to the staffs to earn money and also increase the skills. So such flexibility should also be given to the engineering profession, means lecturers and staffs. So that if in top universities, in premier institutions, is already allowed. If you take a professor, he will be part of 10 startups. He will own advisory equity, and also he will be doing 10 consultancy projects. So whether that is getting money or not, that is different, but he will be putting the students in his class in all the projects. Some 5 of them will be working in one project, another 5 will be working in one project. So that helps students a lot. They will also get a stipend, and professor will get his work done, and they will become more employable. So this has to be thought seriously, because already we have a profession like medicine where it is proven it is working. Because when a medical professional who is coming out of the college, we never call them unemployable. Because from the year 2, they start to do practicals with the patients, and also the whoever is taking them, they in their clinics they will be practicing, and professors will also be practicing. So same ideology and thought we have to put in engineering also.
How well put that medical students are never called unemployable. How well put. Yes, sir.
Self-learning part, one point is, generally learners are poor managers of their learning. When you learn something, you cannot simultaneously check how much you are learning, hence teachers. So self-learning aspect should be monitored by a teacher. Teacher can actually give more assessment part there. So then self-learning is a good opportunity, especially.
I think that's what Sriram sir said, that we need to find out something, a way to evaluate the self-learning as well. So
industry professionals, if you're not allowed to work as a professor, then you should also industry professionals like doctors, they can let them work in the industry, let them come to the colleges in the evening or Saturdays, holidays, then deliver something, at least projects. For that we should have those kind of flexibility in our curriculum. We should include, so that the latest knowledge, whatever practices in the industry can be transferred to students. That will help the students to learn better, so that, like you said, they will never become unemployable.
Yes. So I think industry immersion inside the, sir, maybe we'll, yes. So industry immersion, industrial people coming into our system also will help the students become more employable.
There was an interesting mention of medical education. You also mentioned medical education. You know something, that there is no specialization in MBBS. There is no specialization in medicine, there is no specialization in law, there is no specialization in agriculture. Only in engineering, we say the first degree should be specialized. It's very strange. So I have been saying for quite years now that we should have an engineering program which is not specialized, which has about 4, 5, 6 components, like bit of civil engineering, mechanical engineering, chemical engineering, communication and so on, and call it integrated engineering. And 6 years back, sir, I wrote this to Current Science. As they're looking at this, we need to, for SMEs, for example, and startups, they don't need specialists. They need a guy who can fix this, hooks up. And they sent it back paper saying that this is an absolutely dangerous idea because you want to reduce engineers to technicians, and there is a technical college for that. But so I'm just saying, anybody quoting medicine should realize that we are doing something. I don't know why we should specialize at a first degree level. No profession specialized in first degree level, right?
Yes. Yes.
Ma'am, I have tried to trace the history, why engineering is different from medicine actually. From the history itself, it is like that. I don't know why it is. Colleges, engineering colleges are separate and it is not associated with an industry. Engineering college is providing different degrees, so different specialization. So there are professors. That is a trend from the very...
let me add that. My daughter is a medical person. The first day you go there, you're given a body, a cadaver. Yeah? They won't say final semester, we'll tell you what. It is leaving, start from there. Thank you.
So from the day one, as we have been discussing, from the day one it has to be done. So we are maybe kind of concluding. I want each of you to give us 2 to 3 actionable reforms that we can bring in curriculum. Not hayboard ideas, but some... specific which we can take actions on.
Take action on within an Anna University framework of 400 affiliated colleges. No, let's get clear on this, okay? I don't want to be daydreaming. I spent my whole life teaching there. What are you having in mind? Seriously, I have in mind
Yes.
Anna University, 16 campuses, about 400 odd colleges.
Yes.
Do you have that in mind?
Yes, we will have, yes, let's talk about it. Let's have 2 to 3 actionable reforms that we can bring into the Anna University 400 odd curriculum of engineering. So, we'll start with you.
First semester design thinking course கண்டிப்பாக எல்லா காலேஜுக்குமே இம்ப்ளிமெண்ட் பண்ணணும். ஈவன் ரூரல் காலேஜ் இருக்கிற ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸு கூட ஒரு கிட்டு 2000 rupees to 5000 rupees கவர்மெண்ட் ஸ்பான்சர் பண்ணால் நல்லாயிருக்கும். இல்லைன்னா ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸுக்கிட்ட வாங்கியோ இல்லை எப்படியோ சிஎஸ்ஆர் ஃபண்டு டேப் பண்ணியோ ஒரு கொடுத்தோன்னா அந்த கிட்டை வச்சுட்டு த க்யூரியாசிட்டி கேன் டெவலப். ஃபஸ்ட்டு செமஸ்டரில் டிசைன் திங்கிங் கோர்சஸ் அலாங் வித் ப்ராக்டிக்கல் இது ஒன்று கொடுக்கணும். திஸ் இஸ் ஒன். செக்ஷன் 2, internships should be mandatory, compulsory. Internship பண்ணலைன்னா you should not award degree. That's a 6 months, minimum 6 months internship is mandatory. And flexibility, we should allow the students to choose their courses at least second year change பண்ணுறதுக்கு மெக்கானிக்கல் இருந்தோ இதுலேருந்து மாற்றுறதுக்கோ இல்லை மல்டி டிசிப்ளினரி ECE students can learn mechanical, biomedical students learn computer science, அது மாதிரி கொடுக்கணும். These three
minor degrees program இருக்கு சார். அதில்
minor degree, this degree itself they should change. Electrical we should call them as a electrical engineer to electronics engineer, communication engineer, that we should change.
Okay. Krishnan sir?
It's not electrical or mechanical. System engineer, he is a methods engineer or job role and future expected jobs. Based on that, he or she degree can be given. Instead of mechanical, electrical, there are thousands of specific degrees you can give. Yes. Okay, instead of only mechanical engineer like that.
Sure. So I think we'll go with Aragpandi Raja, 2 to 3 reforms that you would want to bring in. I think your suggestions will be well taken here. Please put 2 to 3 reforms that we can bring in curriculum.
Yeah. Before that, I will add one more point, that recently in the recent China's 15-year policy, they have scrapped 12,200 courses out of their curriculum because they feel that they are unemployable, means that will not produce employable people. So this is a radical measure. Cutting down 12,200 courses is not a small thing. So here we also have to think on such lines because we are at a crucial juncture where we have to, whatever we are going to decide now is going to decide how it's going in the future. Maybe in 10-20 years, how students are going to be decided now. So we should be bold enough to think on those lines. So that would be the primary suggestion. And like I said, we have to see this in a stack approach.
Few courses you want to close? Few courses that you want to close if you are given a choice.
There are few things that there are very micro specialization courses has to be cut down and made it into a general course. And with respect to, since it's not humanities, I am not touching that. Else I would have suggested the course's name as well. So, firstly, like I said, stack approach. The first stack is with respect to lecturers, they should be given a flexibility to do projects, private projects and startups, so that their motivation will increase rather than just giving one more additional teacher training courses. And second thing with respect to universities, so interdisciplinaries, basically if you want to be an AI engineer, the engineering won't be enough, you have to do mathematical model, the humanities science will come inside. So such interdisciplinary courses has to be encouraged and we should try to become the topmost, at least in top 100 colleges, our colleges has to be there. So for that we have to take steps. From government perspective, the industry academia collaborations for mandatory internships. So we have to, government should incentivize companies, SMEs and startups to have a mandatory collaborations with the colleges. Every college should have a mandatory collaboration so that their students will get trained through internships and other things. And that will make them employable and that will also turn into a placement office.
Can we mandate them into their CSR activities?
That is also possible. And also, like, there are schemes already done by few governments that the government will pay some of the stipend and company will pay some of the stipend, like that. Like those things also has to be mandated. Because students can be trained on, I'm not telling it cannot be trained by lecturers, but lecturers can give them knowledge, but to make them employable, someone from the industries has to come. The role of industries is very vital there.
I think Prasad sir said that also, that the coach and the player thing.
Yeah.
So,
And in that I slightly differ. Coach don't have, I think sir said that coach don't have to be a player, but coach was a player before, so that necessarily a good player. Yeah, no good player, maybe a good player. He was a player, so he knows that what are the things. So here our coaches were not at all a player, so they directly come to teaching without going to. I'm not telling in a wrong way. Most of my friends choose teaching, but and also there is a fact when we got placed, some of our friends didn't got placed, so they did masters and end up teaching. They didn't choose teaching because they love teaching, because they didn't had a choice. So that is also a considerable percentage is there. So incentivizing them is very hard. So that's why I said nothing incentivizes like money. So when the moment we introduce that, so they start to learn by themselves, and that will spill over to students automatically. Okay. So this will be my suggestions. Thank you.
So one curious question to you. Did any part of the curriculum help you to become an entrepreneur? I'm just out of curiosity. Did any part of the curriculum help you? Or maybe let's say extracurricular as well. Did it help you in becoming the entrepreneur?
No, my experience after the college, most of us, our learning start after the college. So that has to change. That's why we are...
that's really sorry to hear.
Thank you.
Sergeant sir. Sergeant, yeah.
So that's why curriculum reformation is important, ma'am, actually. So my points are like, ma'am, fundamentals should be thoroughly covered in all the courses. We should not allow...
But the hierarchy can be changed.
From the bottom to top approach, but we should not allow colleges to take away fundamentals, because that is very important. And as Sriram sir said, AI literacy or prompt engineering, we can call any, that can be that should be bring under general engineering and introduced in first semester itself, because that is very important nowadays. And practical, that means skill development should be introduced as a separate track. These core courses are there. This skill should be as a separate track from a top to bottom approach we can adopt. And individual projects, there should be individual projects. There should be group project, but individual projects also should be there and properly evaluated. And electives, some credits, students must have the flexibility to earn some of the credits through projects rather than studying the subject, especially in electives. And there should be ample winter break and summer break for the students to do something by their own. And self-learning up to 30 to 40% in a course should be acceptable, so that students can get more time for other activities. And hackathons should be a part of the curriculum, because that will give you a simulating environment for how a company is working. For example, 2 days after I am going to conduct a hackathon for my students, so they will register, we will allocate the team for them. We will say that you three are the team, you somehow work and find this, solve this problem. So hackathon should be a part of curriculum, which will build soft skills and other related things.
Can stackable micro credentials help? Like certifications, if they do that?
That is a good idea, but there should be enough maturity for the students to stack it in a proper way. Otherwise, they may have a lot of stackable credentials, but they may not be focused. That's a problem.
He mentioned about the hackathon. The world skills now government also focusing. TN skills government, Tamil Nadu government also started focusing. This year, 2 of my students representing India world skill competition about to happen in Shanghai. Also, Bannari also sending, I think, 2 students. It's going to happen. Part of that world skill, one of my students, he won gold medal in Indian skills. Then they sent to Capital Cup in Taipei. For that, around 50 countries represented. He won silver medal, second prize. But first gold medal won by Taiwanese person, Taiwanese student. He's a school student. அவங்கள வந்து 3 years he has been trained 3 years in the school system itself. Then third person, the bronze medal won by Korean, he is working in a Samsung company. It's a professional. Okay, so especially China and Korea, Taiwan, Japanese, in those countries, they are giving utmost importance for skills. If this person is representing world skills, he has to, like sports, we are preparing the students for Olympics. We have to prepare them. We should have flexibility. So now my students, after winning gold medal in India skills, last 6 months he is not coming to the college. World skills, the Indian government set up a team. They are training them. Now he is in Patna, mentored under one person, professional. He is undergoing the training. We should have that kind of focus also, so that we can build world-class professionals.
Superb,
Yeah,
sir.
we have to give utmost importance for skills, like Olympic Games.
Okay. Prasad, sir. 2 to 3 actionable reforms.
Okay, so it looks like 2 hours is also not sufficient to discuss these things. All right, because assessment evaluation we didn't even touch upon. Okay, yeah. So as a curriculum framework, I think outcome-based education framework is reasonably good enough to adhere for employability. Unfortunately, in India, the way that it is implemented, OBE is implemented, is totally wrong way. So, but as a framework, I think it's not a bad idea to adhere to OBE. That is one thing. Second thing is, teacher training is the immediate thing that probably we need to work on. Whatever may be the curriculum, how to inculcate skill is a ball game that I think currently teachers are not focusing. So that is very important. And third thing is, as all of the panelists agree, that we have to have this approach in teaching. That means the content first, then practice. We need to probably slightly reverse, process emphasize, then content emphasize is important. They have to do the processing and then they learn the content while processing. This is as a long term. These are the immediate things. Long term is, departments or the kind of solo xylums of these things should merge, and schools of those kind of things will come. Schools of material science or schools of other. So this kind of a segregation, departmentalization will slowly merge, but that's a long term goal. This is the way that suggestions that I have.
Superb. Krishna, you don't have any suggestions?
One suggestion. The panelists here, please look at Anna University Curriculum 2025, right? And if there are anything that your concerns not addressed there, you compile from them that this not addressed, whatever, okay? This is not to defend, I'm not saying that's a problem solved. No, again I insist, problem in the delivery end. Spending too long to figure out what should all be written there makes no sense when you can't deliver 10% of that, okay? Thank you.
Thank you.
Elorukum vanakkam. I am Professor Sri Kumar, Department of Mechanical Engineering. I am a teacher of robotics, IIITM Kanchipuram. என்னோட ஃபர்ஸ்ட் அப்ளிகேஷன் என்னென்னா, இந்த எம்பிபிஎஸ்சில் 5th இயர் வந்து ஹவுஸ் சர்ஜன் வைக்கிறோம்ல, அதே மாதிரி இன்ஜினியரிங்கில் 4th இயர் வந்து நம்ம இண்டஸ்ட்ரிக்கு அனுப்பிடலாம் கம்ப்ளீட்லி. அப்போ ஒரு கொஸ்டின் ரைஸ் ஆகும். தோஸ் ஆர் ரன்னிங் காலேஜஸ் அண்ட் இன்ஸ்டிடியூட்ஸ். சார் டியூஷன் ஃபீஸ் யார் பே பண்ணுவா அப்படிங்கிற கொஸ்டின் வரும். அந்த டியூஷன் ஃபீஸ் வந்து இண்டஸ்ட்ரி பே பண்ணிக்கலாம். இப்போ மோஸ்ட் ஆஃப் த இன்டர்ன்ஷிப் மேக்ஸிமம் வந்து பெய்டு இன்டர்ன்ஷிப்பாக தான் இருக்குது. ஸோ அதனால் அந்த கான்ட்ரிபியூஷனை வந்து the industries they can pay directly to the institute. அப்புறம் இன்னொரு அட்வான்டேஜ் வந்து ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸுக்கு என்னென்னா, நோ நீட் டு ஸ்டே இன் த ஹாஸ்டல். அவங்க ஹாஸ்டலுக்கு ஸ்டே பண்ண வேண்டாம். 1 year they are outside. They are saving some money. So some contribution from the students also required. ஸோ இது இருந்ததுன்னா இந்த எம்ப்ளாயபிலிட்டி இஷ்யூ வந்து ரொம்பவுமே சால்வ் ஆகும். இப்போ வந்து இன்டர்ன்ஷிப் லைட்டாகவே இருக்குது. இன்டர்ன்ஷிப் ப்ளஸ் ப்ராஜெக்ட் எல்லாம் லைட்டாகவே இருக்குது. ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் ஆர் நாட் டேக்கிங் டூ மச். பட் இது இன்னொரு பாயிண்ட் வரும், எப்படி யார் வந்து ரிவ்யூ பண்ணுவாங்க? So still the student is under academic academic control of the institute, only the student is here. So number one, faculties can go to the industry and evaluate their performance. Number one, ஒரு செமஸ்டரில் வந்து 2 evaluation வச்சுக்கலாம். ஒரு செமஸ்டரில் 2 evaluation. ஒரு வாட்டி faculties can go to the industry, so they also get multiple benefits. இன்னொரு வாட்டி வந்து you can ask the industry persons to come to the institute. ஸோ இந்த மாதிரி வந்து ஒரு இண்டஸ்ட்ரி ரியலாகவே அந்த மாதிரி இருக்கும். இப்போ நம்ம வந்து பேசுகிறோம், பட் ரியலாக இந்த மாதிரி இம்ப்ளிமெண்ட் பண்ணோன்னா 3 years is more than sufficient for learning engineering. Number 1. Number 2, இந்த ஒவ்வொரு செமஸ்டர்லையும் ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் அட்லீஸ்ட் இந்த 5th and 6th செமஸ்டர் ஒரு சப்ஜெக்ட் வந்து டு பி ஓன்டு பை த இண்டஸ்ட்ரி. இப்போ வந்து எல்லாருமே வந்து இண்டஸ்ட்ரி சொல்கிறோம், பட் இண்டஸ்ட்ரி என்ன பண்ணுறா, என்ன நினைக்கிறாங்க, வாட் தே நீட் அப்படிங்கிறது எனக்கு கிளாரிட்டி இல்லை. We are making very general. So industry can come forward to take at least one subject in the 5th semester and the 6th semester. Or industry recognized subjects எல்லா செமஸ்டர்லையுமே வரும் ஹையர் செமஸ்டர்ஸில். அதில் ஒரு யூனிட் வந்து டு பி டேக்கன் கேர் பை த industry. At least they can come here, or students can go to the industry and take the lectures. ஸோ இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு 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 க்ளோஸ் கனெக்ஷன் வச்சோன்னா இந்த கேப்னு சொல்லிட்டு இருக்கும், டெஃபினெட்லி இட் வில் கெட் ரெடியூஸ்ட். ஐ திங்க் சென்னை இன்ஸ்டியூட் ஆஃப் டெக்னாலஜி லாட் ஆஃப் திங்ஸ் ஆர் ஐ எம் த ஒன் ஆஃப் த போர்ட் ஆஃப் ஸ்டடீஸ் மெம்பர்ஸ். தேர் இம்ப்ளிமெண்டிங் லாட் ஆஃப் திங்ஸ். பட் ஓவரால் வந்து ஒரு இம்ப்ளிமெண்டேஷன் பாயிண்ட் ஆஃப் வியூ வந்தால் தான் இது வந்து கரெக்டாக இருக்கும். லைக் எம்பிபிஎஸ் ஐ வெரி மச் ஸ்ட்ராங் இன் திஸ். அவங்களுக்கு ஹவுஸ் சர்ஜன் கொடுக்குறோம், அதே மாதிரி இவங்களுக்கு 1 year வந்து நம்ம கொடுக்குறது வந்து நல்லது. ஸோ தட் எம்ப்ளாயபிலிட்டி இஷ்யூ வில் கெட் சால்வ்டு. இன்னொரு இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் பாயிண்ட் வந்து நம்ம ஸ்கூல் எஜுகேஷனுக்கும் இன்ஜினியரிங் எஜுகேஷன் நிறையவே கேப் இருக்குது. இந்த ஸ்கூலில் தான் அதே லைன் ஈக்குவேஷன் அதில் சொல்லித்தரோம், அதே கொஸ்டின் தான் இன்ஜினியர் வந்தாலும் கேட்குறாங்க இண்டஸ்ட்ரீஸ். இதே இது எப்படி இம்ப்ளிமெண்ட் பண்ணுறது, என்ன டிஃப்ரெண்ட் லைன் இங்கே பாருங்கள், டிஃப்ரெண்ட் சர்க்குலர் லைன்ஸ் அதெல்லாம் இருக்குது, இதோட ஈக்குவேஷன் தான் கேட்குறாங்க. ஸோ the knowledge has to start from the schools. ஸோ அதுக்கு என்ன பண்ணலாம் அப்படின்னாக்கா, என்ஜினியரிங் நம்ம டீச்சர்ஸ் வி கோட் கோ டு த ஸ்கூல். ஸோ நம்மளுக்கு எப்படி தேவையோ அது மாதிரி ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸை வந்து வி கோட் டு சேஞ்ச் இட். அது தட் ஷுட் ஹேப்பன் ஃப்ரம் த ஸ்கூல் லெவல். நம்ம இந்தியாவில் அது நடக்கிறது இல்லை இப்போது. பட் ஆனால் ஃபாரின் கண்ட்ரீஸில் எல்லாமே எடுத்துகிட்டு வந்துட்டாங்க. பட் ஸ்டில் வி ஆர் லேக்கிங். ஸோ வி த இன்ஜினியரிங் டீச்சர்ஸ் வி கோட் கோ டு த ஸ்கூல் அண்ட் டீச். ஆர் இப்போது நம்ம ஐஐடிஸ் எல்லாம் இருக்குது, என்ஐடிஸ் இதெல்லாம் இருக்குது. இங்கே நம்ம ஸ்கூல் டீச்சர்ஸை தே ஹேவ் டு சென்ட் இட் வெக்கேஷனில் இல்லாம். The Tamil Nadu State Government, I think, come forward to send the school teachers to the engineering institutes. So in the vacation, 1 month, எல்லாருக்கும் 1 month education and the training வந்து mandatory. So இந்த மாதிரி பண்ணோன்னா they also realize. ஸோ ஸ்கூல் டீச்சர்ஸ்க்கு இது வந்து ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டண்ட்டாகவும் இருக்கும். ஸோ அந்த ஸ்கூல் அந்த எஜுகேஷனுக்கும் நம்ம இன்ஜினியரிங் எஜுகேஷனுக்குள்ள கேப்பை வந்து இது வந்து ரெடியூஸ் ஆகும். ஓகே, தேங்க்யூ
ப்ரொஃபஸர். ஐ திங்க் ப்ரொஃபஸர் ஹேஸ் 2 suggestions. One is the final year totally to be converted into an industry oriented course, and evaluation vice versa பண்ணிக்கலாம். Whether the industry person comes to the university or the faculty goes to the industry. So this is one, and there should be a bridging between the school education as well as the so inge oru I am just remembering one anecdote, sir. When my student said, ma'am idu solli tharlena appo school la solluvaangala ungalku college la solli tharuvaanga, college la pona unakku idu school la solli tharலையா nu kepanga. So definitely there is a gap between the school education and the engineering. Well taken. Do you have any specific question? Or the implementation la edavadhu problem irukka, sir? The suggestion that is given by him, is there any implementation problems?
The internship, most of the industries, they are busy with their day-to-day activities. Evaluations-க்கு வர்றது வந்து ரொம்ப challenges இருக்குது. நாங்கள் என்ன பண்ணுறோன்னா, we send students not only during final year, every vacations. The other panel member also tell 2 months vacation kudunga, break, summer break, winter break. We are giving 2 months actually every summer. And the summer la students go to industry, they do internship. After they are coming back to the college, we form a team. என்னுடைய அலுமினி ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸு, தோஸ் ஹூ ஆர் ஒர்க்கிங் இன் சிமிலர் இண்டஸ்ட்ரீஸ், அவர் அப்புறம் எங்கள் ஃபேக்கல்ட்டி, அப்புறம் ஒன்று இண்டஸ்ட்ரி மென்டார், இண்டஸ்ட்ரி பர்சன். அவங்க தே விசிட் அவர் கேம்பஸ் evening hours or Saturday we will usually have. They will come and evaluate their effectiveness of learning outcomes of the internship. அதுக்கப்புறம் we are giving credit also for that.
Yes sir, but final year totally project based maatlama.
Final year வந்து most of the internship என்னன்னா challenges என்னன்னா, institutions like us, most of the time students prepare for the interview or they attend the interview. அந்த ஒரு டைமே it consumes enormous amount of time. I cannot send my students to intern during final year unless they get job. ஸோ நான் வந்து 35% ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸை த்ரூ இன்டர்ன்ஷிப்பில் பண்ணுறோம். அது வந்து இம்மிடியட்லி ஆஃப்டர் தேர் 6th செமஸ்டர் ஆர் சம் ஆஃப் தம் ஆஃப்டர் தேர் 7th செமஸ்டர் அந்த மாதிரி போயிடுவாங்க. அவங்களுக்கு ஒன்றும் ப்ராப்ளம் இல்லை. கம்பெனி தே ஓன் பிகாஸ் தேர் ஃபியூச்சர் எம்ப்ளாயீஸ். ரிமைனிங் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸுக்கு நார்மலாக இன்டர்ன்ஷிப் வந்து நாங்கள் 6th 7th and 8th நாங்கள் நிறையா அனுப்புறதில்லை. ஏன்னா பிகாஸ் அவனுக்கு வந்து தே ஹாவ் டு கோ டு ஜாப். ஸோ அதுதான் ப்ரியாரிட்டிஸ். அந்த சேலஞ்ச் எங்களுக்கு இருக்குது பிகாஸ் மோஸ்ட் ஆஃப் த டைம் தே ஹாவ் டு டூ திஸ்.
And I think in Anna University curriculum we have the final 6 months totally for internship based, project based, which they usually go to industries.
Assume that the engineering is only 3 years. Why?
3 years
Coming
only.
to the point is the engineering only 3 years. 4th year they have to go to the industry and serve. And also industries they have to come forward. Industry at ஒரு பாயிண்ட் நீங்கள் சொல்லுங்களா they have to only concern production. No. So they have to come forward and adapt to the institutes also. So that ஒரு mutual win-win situationல இருக்கக்கூடிய mutual understandings இருக்கும். We also need not be under struggle mode for finding a job for the kids.
Thank you.
Yeah, but my issue is student has to sit for the interview. Most of the companies visit during 6th and 7th and 8th semester.
நீங்க செட் பண்ண வேண்டாம், நீ உட்கார வைக்க வேண்டாம். You send them to the industry direct.
Sir, as said, let's not take it to discussions. Yes. Quite up, yes. So
Okay,
let's give, thank you,
Yeah,
Professor.
thank you.
Yes. Yes, that has already been discussed.
One minute.
Yes. Ma'am,
Good
please
afternoon.
introduce. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon to everybody. I'm Archana, Assistant Professor in the Department of EEE, working in University College of Engineering, Pattukotte campus. Regarding the massive side of engineering curriculum, I think so we should not stick to the word of employability. The problem is not versus the curriculum and employability. We should think beyond, as we are gathering all here, we should think beyond employability means curriculum versus he or she, a student, can contribute back to the society. A student can contribute back to the society in 3 ways according to my views, either in government sector in administration side, or in the secondary industry side, or in third research side. In either 3 ways only he can contribute back to the society, and so he can be employable. The first thing, if he goes to the administration side as an engineer, he need different set of skills like administration, more over technical, he need more administration skill set. And if he goes to industry, we can introduce more problems, like teachers may not need the solution, but teachers can give the problems to the students.
True, ma'am. That I think that we discussed very elaborately.
Yes,
What is your specific question?
Yes, ma'am. What I am trying to say is these 3 sectors when he அதாவது 12th முடிச்சதுமே அவன் ஸ்டெப் இன் ஆகும்போது, ஹையர் எஜுகேஷனில் ஒரு பையனோ பொண்ணோ ஸ்டெப் இன் ஆகும்போது, இஃப் வி டிஃப்ரென்ஷியேட் தீஸ் 3 லைக் ரிசர்ச் தனியாக, இண்டஸ்ட்ரி பீப்புள் தனியாக, அண்டு அட்மினிஸ்ட்ரேஷன் தனியாக பண்ணிட்டா கரிக்குலம்மை நம்ம இன்னும் மோர் ஃப்ளெக்சிபிளாக அதுக்கு ஏற்ற மாதிரி பண்ணிக்க முடியும்.
ஹோலிஸ்டிக்காக கொண்டு போகலாம் கரிக்குலம்னு சொல்கிறீங்க?
எஸ் மேம். இஃப் யூ பிகாஸ் ஜென்சி ஜென் ஆல்ஃபா ஆல்ரெடி கிளியராக இருக்காங்க லைக் வாட் தே வாண்ட் டு டூ. ஸோ அவங்க ரிசர்ச் சைட் போகணுன்னா முன்னாடியே ரிசர்ச் சூஸ் பண்ணிட்டா நம்ம எக்ஸாம்பிள் ஐ எம் ஃப்ரம் EEE, ரைட்? ஸோ மெஷர்மெண்ட்ஸ் அண்ட் இன்ஸ்ட்ருமெண்டேஷன் ரொம்ப டீப்பாக வைக்க தேவையில்ல. வென் ஹி கோஸ் டு அட்மினிஸ்ட்ரேஷன் சைட், அட்மினிஸ்ட்ரேஷன் சைடு என்ன தேவையோ அந்த ஸ்கில் செட்டை வந்து இன்னும் மோர் ஃப்ளெக்சிபிளாக நம்ம பண்ணிக்க முடியுங்கிறது என்னோடய வியூ. அண்ட் செகண்ட் வியூ இஸ் மை ஹியூமன் வேல்யூஸ் அண்ட் எத்திக்ஸ் ஃபைனல் இயரில் வச்சுருக்கோம். ஐ திங்க் வி ஷுட் give engineering ethics in the first semester itself.
நிறைய ஃபர்ஸ்ட் செமஸ்டர்ஸில் கொண்டு வரலான்னு பார்க்குறோம் மேம். ஐ டோன்ட் நோ ஹவு that will be possible, but anyways, design thinking, human value, and we are listing out what the student should learn in the first sem itself. So yes, panel members, any thoughts on this? Any thoughts on this, what she said?
Hello. Regarding this industry exposure to the engineering student, in medicine the supply is less, ma'am. So all the MBBS students will get the house surgency option, but in engineering supply is more. and we don't have that much industries to give internship to the students. And industries are also not, they have a lot of busy schedule and lot of things, ma'am. They are not available always. Out of request only they will come, and we have to do a lot of follow-ups, and only very few industrialists are truly passionate about contributing back to the education sector. So it is a great idea sir has shared, but in a massive scale implementation we may feel some difficulty. Maybe prominent colleges will be able to do that, but all colleges cannot do that. And also sir said final year students are more concentrating on placement.
Placements.
So they won't be ready for that actually. And what madam is saying is that we must have a path for different administration, research, and the students must be able to select different courses based on their interest. That's a great suggestion.
Great suggestion. Yes, the next, yes, sir.
I'm Professor Minashundram from Anna University, Chennai. My point first is whether the curriculum is addressing diversity in students. First, we have to see that also, because we have a diverse students, and also you are having a same curriculum for 200 out of 200 and 120 out of 200. How we are going to address in the curriculum diversity of the students in the class? That is one point I have. Another point is, you say that employability and things. When we say, I think in IIT some years back they have introduced that they can skip project and they can take 2 electives instead of project for the same credit. Similarly, you can also say, we are now saying internship or something, a specific finishing school instead of a project. It depends on the student, what he wants. If he wants a finishing school, let him do that. If he wants internship to go an industry, he can do. So you don't restrict them in the final semester only project. Let it be a finishing school or a set of skill sets, IOC, STC, whatever things in the final semester, he can take it to improve his employability, and these are the 2 suggestions. Thank you.
So diverse students, Prasad sir.
So just want to mention that diversity part, which is a very important aspect. Every teacher, when we do the teacher training program, this is one concern. How can you have fixed outcome for a diverse class? So if you take any class, it doesn't have to be in Anna University or in IIT or NIT or MIT, Princeton. Students' skills are always a distribution. In mass education, we cannot get same normalized inputs. So this is a fact. Now, as long as one person is addressing a bulk of people, we cannot start with a normalized ground. The only way is we can fix what we are expecting. That is what we call outcomes. So we say outcomes are course specific. Whoever is enrolling, in the beginning they are all in different levels, but at least where we are going, we are fixing. And that can be done only based on the course, not based on the input, which is impossible. Now, how this problem can be addressed? That means this initial different levels, how to reach at the same level. Only ideal condition, everybody reach at the same level. Everybody knows that. But a large improvement is possible if teachers choose suitable pedagogical approaches. That is already proven. A lot of studies have done and people have proved that actually you can double the impact if you are choosing the right approach. So that is the only way we can address this issue, because we don't get normalized students in a class. That's what my take on that.
Yes,
but
so that is the pedagogical aspect of solution, right sir? Yes.
Yeah. I am Dr. Mohana Prasad, VIT University, Associate Dean of School of Electronics Engineering. So in the internship aspects, we are approaching in a different way. So we have a very good experience in Samsung R&D Bangalore. They are the key manufacturers of mobile phones. So what they do, they come in the end of the 5th semester. So each and every year, they give 50 worklets. Worklets is nothing but their real problems, what they are going to focus on the next generation mobile. That problem is break down into number of modules and they call it as a worklet. Each worklet is assigned to some 5 students with a different discipline of electrical and computing branches. And then each worklet is assigned by 2 mentors of Samsung and 2 professors from VIT. So that will be, every month they will conduct, the HR of Samsung is conduct the online meeting and review about the worklet, how it progress. The students have a free time in the evening. We have a classes either in the morning class or either in the afternoon. It will be free. The VIT faculty will be guiding them in the free period, and then it will be reviewed in every month by the Samsung mentors. This is what it is working well. So in 6th semester onwards, it's not of whether they are going to give a job for all the 50 worklets. It is not a mandatory thing. But the students get an exposure of how to solve a real world problem. So instead of those students who are enrolled, around 300 students every year they will be doing, those will be get placed in a different company with a good package. So some of them, they are able to get 5 students only, it will be converted to the placement offer from Samsung. But the remaining 300 students, surely they are getting the offer. So what their perspective, what they are saying, as an industry point of view, we are ready to come and do this. But in the universities, some autonomous universities, they will be giving this kind of opportunity. Whereas in some universities, we don't have that opportunity to come and do this kind of process. So we introduced, we have usually 1 credit for summer industrial internship credit. The students in the summer time or vacation time, they go to the industry and work. So what we do, if this kind of industry is ready to come in, we're ready to give this 1 credits if they successfully completed the worklet. So that kind of flexibility we have to bring into the course.
Okay, so I think sir is suggesting that this is how you have brought in industry academia interactions. Okay, and it is definitely improving the skill sets of the students. Is there any specific questions to the I am seeing that most of our people are giving suggestions, which are very welcome, but is there any questions to the panelist?
Good afternoon to the panel members and the participants of this workshop. So I'm Atisha, a professor and head of Electronics and Communication Engineering from PSNA College of Engineering and Technology, Dindigul. So from the morning we have been discussing the industry-academia gap with great concern. So what are the ways in which the industry can come forward and help the academia? Maybe the Tamil Nadu State Council for Higher Education can organize a meeting of the industrialists as well as the academia, call both of us together, so that we can have some inputs from the industrialists in what way they can come forward and help the academia in improving the curriculum as well as the employability of the graduates.
Super, ma'am. So is it how to bring the industry or how industry can help?
What are the, I mean, I want to know what are the roles by which the industry can help the academia.
Okay.
Thank you.
You want to say?
Maybe I can tell what are the ways in a startup or small size company can help. Right now we are collaborating in academic institutions in 3 ways. First one is obviously providing internship. The way we provide is like we will provide at the start of the final year, so that they will be with us for at least 6 months, and then if their performance is satisfying, we will observe them, or else they will get placed in the 8th semester. So either one of this thing will happen, and also we go for direct placements. So that also happens. But beyond that, since some of the professors, staffs have shared that industries are coming forward and giving their training manuals, and based on their needs, they are throwing problem statements, and they are conducting hackathons. So all those things are possible. But like you rightly asked, if there is a forum in which, because many of the academic institutions cannot connect with many industries, some of the bigger academic institutions, it is easy to connect for them because they will have the right connects. But many colleges obviously will not have the connect. So I think those things at government level, if they can take it up, that will be helpful for you. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks.
Just want to add that IIT had this research park concept. So that was purposefully done for this increasing industry academic interaction. So there can be a framework we can, all of us, all the state government can think of this, a platform where both should come together. So we provide space, and industry come there, and then they have their problem. They just tell the problem to the professor of concern, and then professor goes there, and so the discussion purposefully or consciously we have to build it. So if that is possible, it doesn't have to be called research park, but can be another name. But the idea is that a conscious effort will help actually, because a lot of startup and other things happen because of the research park in IIT.
We at Chennai Institute of Technology creating similar technological park. Already 20 companies are there. They have given internship opportunity to 300 students every year. Longer internship, 6 months to 1 year they give. In the evening on Saturdays, Sundays, sometimes we give OD also. Students are associated with. This is one. Another industry association like CII, Confederation of Indian Industries, they have started one event, DX Next. It's a digital transformation for MSMEs. They have selected around 200 colleges. We also are one of the college, and we are going to collect problem statement from 100 MSMEs, and each problem statement will be given to 5 students mentored by industry person as well as professor. They have to help that industry to transform, especially for AI and IoT, digital transformation problems they have to solve and develop solution. This is one. There are many institutions are associated. Then another one is Indian Foundation for Quality Management. There are 6 companies, they contributed around 150 crore. They set up this foundation. This foundation's responsibility is transforming or improving the capability of MSMEs to the global level. Globally, they have to be competent. So for that, Tata Electronics, Tata Motors, TVS Motors, like these companies contributed. They also going to work with 100 MSMEs in Tamil Nadu. We also only 4 colleges right now, pilot project launched. We also one college. We have already collected a problem statement from the industry. Now the other person, sir, was telling some courses, somebody is telling courses, industry relevant courses to be designed, and industry owned courses. Okay, this zero quality management, zero defect course, 4 credit course they developed. Those courses along with our faculty, they are also going to deliver to my students. 25 students we already identified. Those students, after undergoing this course, then they have to undergo evaluation. Then they are part of this problem solving for taking problems from the MSME, and they are going to solve. There are already these 2 are wonderful initiative recently taken by industry associations along with academia. Like that, there are many initiatives are already there. If anybody, any further requirement is there, I will also pass on.
You can connect with him.
So already gone, companies also contributing. They wanted to train as well as not only academia and also MSME. Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to ask Sajjan on this. Tier 2, Tier 3 cities, how difficult it would be for...
It is very difficult, ma'am. It is very difficult to get in a good contact with the industries. We have to identify some industries, they are really ready to help us, and through them we can get contacts. Actually, the word of mouth, that industry will say, okay, these students are good, like that only it is possible, ma'am. We need a lot of follow-ups and a lot of efforts to maintain that. Especially it is for small colleges in remote areas, it is a bit tougher, but we have to go into that path. It's a good thought process, but implementation wise there are still challenges.
Yeah. Yes.
Thank you. I am Dr. Mahalakshmi, Director Center for Entrepreneurship Development at Anna University. So many points were leading to my suggestions as well. So one thing is this MSME industry connection which you just closed. So I have an equivalent point for that. Instead of thinking about the hurdles in reaching the industry for especially Tier 2, Tier 3, there will be colleges who are already on track like CIT across Tamil Nadu. Why not the peer-to-peer college interaction not happening? Only Anna University has to give directions to the affiliating college and they have to respond. In the hierarchical interaction illama, peer-to-peer college interaction, say, இப்போ CIT வந்து startup incubation வந்து ecosystem is very strong அப்படினா, இந்த இன்குபேஷனை ஒரு சென்டராக ஒரு ஹப் அண்ட் ஸ்போக் மாதிரி வச்சு why can't the other colleges, அதர்னா ஐ டோன்ட் மீன் ஒன்லி இன்ஜினியரிங், நீங்கள் ஆர்ட்ஸ் கூட எடுத்துக்கோங்க, எவ்ரி HEA அரவுண்ட் ஐ வாஸ் டிஸ்கஸிங் த சேம் வித் யூ சார் கோஇன்சிடென்டலி. ஸோ அப்படியே நம்ம பண்ணக்கூடாது. அப்போது ஒரு இண்டஸ்ட்ரி ஒரு காலேஜுக்கு ஸ்ட்ராங்காக கிடச்சிட்டா நம்ம இதை எனேபிள் பண்ணலாம். பட் ஹியர் வி ஹாவ் அ சேலஞ்ச். இவங்ககிட்ட ஒரு 600 ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் இருப்பாங்க, சுற்றி இருக்கிற ஒரு காலேஜ்லேயும் 600 இருப்பாங்க. ஸோ அதுவும் வந்து நமக்கு கன்சியூம் ஆகும். ஸோ இன் தேட் கேஸ் மேபி வி கேன் டிவைட் த ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் இன் டிஃப்ரெண்ட் கிளஸ்டர்ஸ் அண்ட் நம்ம எந்த கிளஸ்டர் பர்ஃபார்ம் பண்ணுவாங்களோ அவங்கள மட்டும் இதில் என்கேஜ் பண்ணலாம். செகண்ட் கிளஸ்டரை வந்து ஒரு ட்ரைனிங் கொடுக்கலாம். தேர்ட் கிளஸ்டரை சப்ஜெக்ட் அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் பண்ணி பாஸ் பண்ணுறதுக்கு மட்டுமே நம்ம கொண்டு போகலாம். பட் இந்த ஃப்ளெக்சிபிலிட்டி கரிக்குலமில் ரிஃப்ளெக்ட் ஆகிருக்கணும், அப்போ தான் நம்ம இதை பண்ண முடியும். ஸோ திஸ் ஐ வாண்டட் டு சஜஸ்ட். அண்ட் அகெயின் அதாவது இப்போ நம்மெல்லாம் 40s அண்ட் 50s டச் பண்ணுற நம்மெல்லாம் படித்து முடித்தப்போ பிளேஸ்மெண்ட்டுங்கிறத பற்றி யாருமே வந்து பேசவே இல்லை. ஆனால் நம்ம வந்தோம், மெட்ராஸ் கிளம்பி வந்தோம், ஒரு 3 மாதம் ஃப்ரெண்டு ரூமில் தங்கினோம், இல்லை பெங்களூர் கிளம்பி போனோம், வேலை கிடச்சிருச்சு. எவ்ரிபடி இன் திஸ் ஹால் வில் அக்ரி தட், யாருமே டினை பண்ண மாட்டோம். ஆனால் இப்போது கரிக்குலமை ரிஃபைன் பண்ணி மோர் டெக்னாலஜி, மோர் பிரேக் த்ரூ எல்லாம் வந்து பிளேஸ்மெண்ட் ரொம்ப பேச ஆரம்பித்ததுக்கு அப்புறம் இன்னைக்கு நிறைய பேர் பிளேஸ் ஆக முடியலைங்கிறது இன்னைக்கு இருக்கிற ப்ராப்ளம். ஸோ இது இல்லை, ஸ்ட்ரெஸ்ஸுங்கிறத தாண்டி நம்ம வந்து பிளேஸ்மெண்ட் ஃபோக்கஸ்லேயே எனக்கு விசிபிளாக எனக்கு தெரிஞ்ச ஒரு மிஸ்டேக் அவுட் ஆஃப் மை என்கேஜ்மெண்ட் வித் தி காலேஜஸ். நிறைய காலேஜ், நீங்கள் இல்லை சார், நிறைய காலேஜ் ஃபஸ்ட் இயர்லேயே இந்த ஸ்டூடெண்ட் வந்து ஆண்டர்ப்ரனர்ஷிப் போறியா, நீங்கள் வந்து யூபிஎஸ்சி படிக்கிறீங்களா, இல்லை என்ன மேம் ஹையர் ஸ்டடீஸா, இப்படி அந்த சேனலில் வந்து ஃபஸ்ட் இயர் அட்மிஷன் ஆகும்போதே ஃபஸ்ட் இயர்லேயே கேட்குறாங்க. ஃபஸ்ட் இயரில் அந்த குழந்தைக்கோ அந்த பேரண்ட்டுக்கோ, ஸ்டில் குழந்தை தான் சார், ஸ்கூல் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்டு தான், அவங்களுக்கு எப்படி நான் வந்து என்டர்ப்ரனர்ஷிப் தான் பண்ணணும், இல்லை நான் வந்து யூபிஎஸ்சி தான் பண்ணணும் எப்படி தெரியும்? ஒரு விஷயத்தை தெரிஞ்சுக்கிட்டு அதை வேண்டாம்னு சொல்லணும். எதுவுமே தெரியாதப்போ ஏன் அவங்கள சூஸ் பண்ண விடுறீங்க? இது வந்து ஒரு மேஜர் மிஸ்டேக்காக நான் இன்டர்பிரேட் பண்ணிக்கிறேன். ஸோ இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு கல்ச்சர் இது மேபி அதனால தான் அந்த காலேஜ் நல்லா பெர்ஃபார்ம் பண்ணுதுன்னு மற்றவங்க அதை ராங் எக்ஸாம்பிளாக எடுத்துக்கிட்டதுனாலையோ நிறைய பேர் அதை காப்பி பண்ண ஆரம்பித்தாங்க. ஸோ இன்றைக்கி நம்ம இங்கே நிற்கிறோம், எம்ப்ளாயபிள் இல்லை யாரோன்னு சொல்லி நிற்கிறோம். ஸோ இந்த விஷயங்கள் அவாய்ட் பண்ணலாமே அப்படிங்கிறது. பட் இதுக்கு என்ன மாற்று சொல்யூஷனுங்கிறது மேபி ஐ எம் லீவிங் இட் டு த எக்ஸ்பர்ட்ஸ். பட் இது ஒரு பாயிண்ட் விச் வி நீட் டு ரியலி திங்க் ஆஃப் இட்.
Let's not talk about employability னு சொல்றீங்களா மேம்?
இல்லை மேம், பேசலாம் எம்ப்ளாயபிலிட்டியை. பட் இந்த மாதிரியான எக்ஸாம்பிள் செட்டர்ஸ் வந்து நம்ம எக்ஸாம்பிளில் நம்மளுக்கு தெரியாது, எதுவும் தெரியாதப்போ யாராவது ஒருத்தர் ஒன்று பண்ணும்போது அதை நம்ம பண்ணலாமேன்னு நினைக்கிறது தப்பில்லை. பட் அது ராங்கான ஒரு அப்ரோச் ஆயிடுச்சுங்கிறத நான் பதிவு பண்ண விரும்புகிறேன். மேபி எக்ஸ்பர்ட்ஸ் வில் ஹெல்ப் ஃபர்தர் டு சால்வ் திஸ். And I'll continue with the points.
How many points do you have, ma'am? We need to give.
We need to go.
No, ma'am. I mean, yeah, you should be on the path.
No. I just finished.
Ma'am, just 1 or 2 points more. That's all. We need more people to engage.
Yeah, this is how it is. And MSME nu solumbodhu, MSME recently last week we had a meeting with the MSME minister and Ramadala. Anga sonna ella industry MSME associations வந்து how to make the students to come to us madam, என்ன பண்ணலாம் அப்படினு கேக்குறாங்க. ஹார்ட்லி நம்ம சாட்ஃபீல் நம்ம கரிக்குலம்ல வந்து அந்த மாதிரியான ஒரு இப்போ வரைக்கும் அந்த மாதிரியான ஃப்ளெக்சிபிலிட்டியில் அதுதான் நம்ம இப்போ பேசிகிட்டு இருக்கோம். பட் நம்ம வந்து தியரிக்கு நிறைய சஜஷன்ஸில் தியரியில் வந்து ஒரு யூனிட்லேயோ இல்லை அவங்கள இன்வால்வ் பண்ணலாமான்னா காம்பிடென்சி ப்ராப்ளம் ஆகுது. அப்படிங்கும்போது லேபுங்கிற ஒரு விஷயத்த வந்து ஏன் நம்ம வந்து அவங்கக்கிட்ட கொடுக்கலாமா, கையில் எடுத்துக்கலாமே? அகெயின் மறுபடியும் இண்டஸ்ட்ரி தூரமாக இருக்குது, காலேஜுக்கு ரீச் இல்லைன்னா எகெயின் நான் சொன்ன ஹப் அண்ட் ஸ்போக்குக்கு வாங்க, இப்படி ஏதாவது என்கேஜ் பண்ணலாம். ஸோ ஐ எம் ட்ரைங் டு கிவ் எனக்கு தெரிஞ்ச ஒரு சொல்யூஷன் சொல்லி ட்ரை பண்ணுறேன். அண்ட் ஒன் மோர் திங், இந்த ஃபஸ்ட் இயர் சாய்ஸ் ஃபில்லிங் அந்த கேட்குறது மாதிரி நான் நிஜமாகவே வெறுக்கிற ஒரு விஷயம் வந்து ஐ திங்க் ஆல் தர் ஃபேக்கல்ட்டி வில் அக்ரி, இந்த IEEE பேப்பரை பார்த்து FVP பண்ண சொல்கிறது. தயவுசெய்து ஐ ப்ளீஸ் ரிக்வெஸ்ட் யூ, அந்த இடத்துக்கு ஏதாவது ஒரு சேஞ்ச் கொண்டு வரதுக்கு ட்ரை பண்ணுங்கள் சார். இட் ஹேஸ் டு பி தேர். ரிசர்ச் பண்ணணும்னு நினைக்கிற பையனோ இல்லை அந்த ரிசர்ச் ப்ராப்ளமில் அஃபினிட்டி இருக்கிற பையனோ அதை பண்ணட்டும். பட் அது இல்லைன்னா ஒரு எம்எஸ்எம்இயோட ரியல் ப்ராப்ளமை அவன் சால்வ் பண்ணால் அதுக்கும் நீங்கள் ஈக்குவலண்ட்டாக வந்து ட்ரீட்மெண்ட் கொடுக்கணும் அப்படிங்கிறது எங்களோட ரிக்வெஸ்ட் சார். தேங்க்யூ.
Any thoughts sir on her suggestion? Yes, Krishnan sir has a question for you.
Yes sir, I am computer science engineering faculty. You see there is a PhD regulation. Okay? Yes, it's working.
So just keep it.
The PhD regulation of our university, okay, still says you have to have 2 papers to get a PhD. Why don't you, whereas UGC has removed that, okay? So why don't you talk to your whoever there is and say that 2 papers or equivalent work? Can you get that done, please? We have the freedom, you know that? You know, Anna University has the freedom. UGC said so. You can change it if you want. Anna University, we won't change it. So please do something.
The hub and madam address, the hub and spoke சொன்னீங்களே madam. So I tried to work with, I have selected when I first established this college 15 years before. I approached foreign university. That's a very, because we are just started, a relationship we couldn't build. Then I thought that I should work with Indian universities, other states, and later on when after establishing our college, now also we wanted to work with universities and institutions from other states, those who are having good vicinity to the industries, and Gurgaon, then Pune, other maratla. So we wanted to work with. Unfortunately, working with foreign university much easier and simpler than working with Indian universities. Even they are not, though they are not competitor. In Tamil Nadu kuda competitor solla. That's the mindset has to change. This one. Rendavathu neenga enna sonninga? That first year vandu adu na thappunu solla maata madam. Enna because let them, if you are asking questions, it's for your exam, engineering final year, there won't be any learning. All academicians are there in front of you, I am telling. Only preparation for interview, getting job. That's the reality. Okay. Job or higher education, first 3 years only. We have to build the first 2 years, basic strengthen. For example, if one child, after school, he wanted to study engineering, then later on, final year mudikirappa, yes, I wanted to prefer for GATE examination and get into PSUs nenikrangana, this is too late. Okay, you can write your examination during 3rd year itself. For that, you have to start learning right from first year electronic devices subjects were there. Those subjects you have to learn properly. Unless otherwise you know your goals are clearly defined, you cannot. But we should allow them to change 2nd year. First year maybe higher education job. 2nd year onwards, if he or she wanted to change, we should allow that. That's why, for example, we integrated GATE syllabus right from first year. Two subject, 5th semester we are completing. That's why our students are fundamentally, their fundamentals are very strong. So 3rd year they can write GATE examination, they will get one more. Like that, the higher education, if you wanted to do in Japan, he or she has to start learning Japanese language along with their course. Because Germany, because many of Indian students, those who are going to Germany, they don't know about anything about German education and society and job opportunity. They are completing their 4 years learning here and they are getting admission and join. After that, they couldn't complete their 2 years of course within 2 years. More than 50% of Indian students, after joining in any German university, அவங்க 2 வருஷத்துக்குள்ள கோர்ஸ் கம்ப்ளீட் பண்றதில்ல. ரீசன் என்னன்னா, இங்க எப்படி அங்க ப்ராஜெக்ட் பேஸ்டு லேர்னிங் இருக்குதோ, like that they are not learning project based learning, அதுக்கு not exposed or research இல்லாம exposed கிடையாது during their undergraduation. It's a shock, learning shock for them. அங்கே போன பிறகு அந்த except a few institutions, not all, most of the Indian students. அது ஒன்று. அதுக்கப்புறம் another important thing is they have to learn German language, even though they choose English thought courses irundha kuda, they have to learn German language, they have to make fluent the conversation in German language, otherwise they won't get project or internship. In German la, if you wanted to work or if you wanted to get project internship, anga Germans kuda we have to make friendship and you have to go to, they speak only German. Adanal this kind of opportunity they may miss. இப்போ நீங்கள் 4th year முடிஞ்சதுக்கப்புறம் நீங்கள் என்ன சாய்ஸ்னா, எஸ் first yearல join பண்றது they don't have a clarity, but போக போக they can change or understand. அதுதான் என்னுடைய suggestions. This is what we experience and we are fairly successful in that.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. So, ma'am, after him.
Good afternoon, sir. I am Dr. Satish Kumar, Principal of Velamal Engineering College. So I have been in academic field for the last 28 years. So the experience and the difficulties what I am facing, I just want to discuss with you. The first thing is
sir,
we
no
all
discussion, sir.
Yes,
please.
no, I mean the questions. I'm sorry.
Yes. Sir.
Since this forum is for enhancing graduate employability, we all know that 21st century skill sets is very important for the students. That one is technical knowledge and the other one is professional competencies like leadership skills, teamwork, individual work, or what you call lifelong learning, and many more is there. இதில் வந்து technical knowledge, for example, when we talk about technical knowledge, the limitations in the examination system what we have right now is a 3-hour examination system. In the 3-hour examination system, maximum we can ask questions related to application, that's it. Beyond that, we cannot move forward. And whereas the campus placements, when it happens, they question on synthesis and create. So if we want to question the students on synthesis and create in the examination system, we need more than 3 hours. That is the first limitations I want to tell. Now, how to overcome this? This is the first question. And second question is, and the professional competencies like leadership skill or lifelong learning or something, that is something very difficult to build in a classroom discussion. We cannot sit inside a class, and mere listening is not going to help them. And evaluating these parameters, particularly whether the student has leadership or lifelong learning and other parameters, it is not included in our examination system. That is the second challenge we possess. And every academicians accept that that practicals and projects, multiple projects and practical exposure is going to gain. Now, of course, when Dr. Sriram sir, when he was mentioning, he has told 2 theories and 2 theory and practical, 2 theory and projects. So when you say project, if in a particular course, if you are trying to give a project has to support for multiple courses. So if I'm going to take a particular project, means 5 to 6 courses, knowledge is essential to complete a project. And if you are trying to give a project in a course, now in the 3rd semester, how the student is going to have knowledge in other courses, because there is a prerequisite to do a course, project. Now that is the biggest challenge. So now I would like to hear how these can be overcome. First, curriculum, it has to be addressed, and second thing is, if this is addressed, definitely it is going to improve the employability. So if I'm able to get some solutions, probably we can definitely move forward in this one.
Sir, thanks. Well taken, but I think the evaluation and the reforms in the evaluation, it should be a totally different, another day of discussion. But in the, with respect to curriculum, is there anything you need to answer this? We can. So, anyone?
Good afternoon. I am Dr. M. Tirumalagan.
No, sir, 1 minute. They have not answered the question yet.
So, I mean, one thing that I was thinking when the question was said, like in 3-hour exam, we cannot assess other than apply skills. That is probably because our assessment, again, we did not discuss it, our assessment is still a distribution of skills we expect. Can we design course where the skills are only in the analyze level, for example? So 3-hour exam is there sufficient to check that skill. But right now our approach is, we have some remember skill, some understand skill, some apply skill. So because of this distribution, 3-hour is not sufficient. But if we can think in a different way, I have a course, my outcomes are all in the analyze level. So 3-hour is sufficient to check whether that person is developing analytical thinking. That is one way of looking at it.
Yes, sir. So, yes.
Good afternoon, everybody. I am Dr. M. Tirumalagan, Associate Professor, Department of Manufacturing Engineering, Anna University, Chennai. So I want to stress one thing, that is UGC as well as AICT has introduced one scheme called as Professor of Practice, in which the persons working in industry can be recruited as Professor of Practice, and they can be engaged to teach the engineering students. Okay. So earlier, the forenoon, one of the panel members had pointed out that persons with industrial experience are not given chance to teach the students. But that's not true. Even in our Anna University, there are many number of professors of practice are present. So you are most welcome, sir, to teach your students, not only in your college. If you wish, you can teach in any of the affiliated colleges, or you are most welcome to our university departments to share your exposure to the manufacturing or mechanical engineering students.
Yes, so Professor is emphasizing that we have industrialists who come and
No,
teach.
professor of practices are there. Everybody knows that. What is the use? I am telling that you are not understood, because professor of practice not accepted as a faculty count. That's what I am telling. Okay, it's addition to the. We also have 50 professor of practice. They are coming and teaching subject. Because of that, students learning better. Why don't you accept? Why are you in? Then I am paying to them. They are not coming free. I have to pay for 1 hour, much better remuneration than what I am paying, what the university or institutions are paying to their faculties. So we should include them. Anna University should accept them as a professor in the count, and also AICT and UGCs also has to change.
I think the
that
higher
we already
governing
written
bodies.
to many. That's a different subject.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. The higher governing bodies should accept it rather than Anna University, I think. Ma'am, yes.
Ma'am, I have 2 points, one in favor of students and one for faculty. First thing, I want to quote with an example in the point of view of students. As one of our professor rightly pointed out, there is diversity of students. We have diversity of engineering colleges under Anna University. One college is having a cutoff very lower than 100, that is 70, 80 also they are having. And one college is having cutoff more than 180. And Anna University is having cutoff 200 out of 200. So we have to address all these colleges. So being a board of studies member for several colleges and coming at a different diverse category, I want to tell one thing. Curriculum, we are allowing autonomous thing. But the problem is some colleges are they are closing civil, mechanical and basic branches when computer is in demand. They are giving the same course but with different names. The syllabus content is not, there is no much change in the syllabus content. They are offering the same course but with a different name. That is offering the same tea in a different cup. That's why we have to be there. But some college, that's why Anna University has to be there. Another one, the thing is, sir has said why you are not allowing us freedom. The thing I am explaining here. Another one thing is we are seeing some colleges much ahead of even several top colleges, several universities. Even we wonder when we see some colleges, oh, they are having this much thing. So in such a case, they are having industry inside. They are having several industries inside. They have started incubation centers. They are guiding directly. So what we are expecting the government to do is, they can have a pool of some industries. The government can easily initiate this. They can call some that is experts who can interact with the industries well. For this one example I want to quote, because my second son is studying in autonomous college. He has just completed, but the problem is we are telling internship is made compulsory, but the college didn't arrange internship. So he finally requested, Amma, please help me, internship is compulsory, help me. So being an Anna University professor, I had contacts with several industry persons and I helped him to enter into a company. And then he requested me, Amma, please help my other friends also. So I did arrange internship for 2 more batches. Then it's coming on, Amma, 1 more batch, can you help? So I thought, I have the capability to interact with industry and rope in more industries for internship. So similarly, there will be several people having such capacity. So government can make a pool of such experts who can be play a rapport role between industry and college and supply to them. So this is one of my suggestion in the student point of view. Another one thing is now it is an AI era. And we all faculties will agree that we face difficulty in handling class itself because they have lot of entertainment in mobile. So in the night time fully they are spending in the mobile and in the morning time they are sleeping in the class. So it's tough for the faculty members to yes ma'am, night full முடிச்சிருக்காங்க.
Ma'am, are we discussing curriculum?
Curriculum க்கு தான் வரேன் ma'am. So the thing is it's very tough to wake them up, and இன்னும் போக போக சொசைட்டி இப்படி தான் போகும். ஸோ நம்ம வந்து ரொம்ப அலர்ட் ஆகணும். இட்ஸ் டைம் ஃபார் த ஃபேக்கல்டிஸ் டு ஃபோக்கஸ் மோர் ஆன் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ். Otherwise, we will totally come out of synchronization with the students. We are seeing several students wanting to drop out the courses. I am recently encountering more such things. So the thing is, we have to be in more touch with the students. So the current evaluation technique of having research only for assessing faculty for promotions and everything, there should be a slight change. And the curriculum should bring more interesting courses that government and as well as the college as well as the university, everyone should support and bring together. So assessment itself should change so that the faculty members with real interest in teaching can push more, so that there should be some balance between research and that is teaching.
Yes ma'am, I think Vijay Kumar sir is taking note on how to bring pool of experts, sir, with the industries so that we can cater to the need of internships of the students. With respect to the second point, I think ma'am, we are actually deviating with what we are discussing here. Evaluation assessment, as we were talking after the panel discussion, Prasad sir was saying we didn't touch the assessment at all, but it is totally a different whole chunk of discussion needs to be done in that. So I think that question we will skip, but the first suggestion is well taken, that the pool of experts will be done. Ma'am, 1 minute, I think Bhuvaneshwari ma'am has been asking. Yes.
So this, madam, this is regarding internship. At our institute also, the internship is compulsory. And one is college is arranging internship. We are arranging, we have very good network, at least 50-60% we quote. All of them we cannot. And students on their own, their friends and relatives through them, they also arranging. To overcome the students, those who are not having this, they couldn't arrange for them. At the institute, we have a project center, centers of excellence in industry association. There they can do projects. That is also internship only, because we do a lot of industry consultancy. Next one is research internship also. The students, some of them, few of them are interested. We have our research center, in that they are doing internship. We are bridging that the gap. Whoever couldn't get that, for them we are giving internship. And also there are our partner universities, more than 100 universities are there across the world. Through them also we are providing 3 months, 2 months internship. Through that around 10-15% of students are getting. Then next, in addition to that, if they are not getting through all these things, then students are allowed to do some online internship also. There are many online internship are there. There are sometimes challenges also, there are scams also, there are somebody paying money and internship. Those kind of internship we don't encourage, and we also tell the students, these are the internship, you should not do like that, we are telling.
Sir,
but internship possible. So internship will help enhance their employability skills.
Yes, definitely, because CIT can do, but ma'am, I think she was talking generally that kids are not getting internship. For that, we need to have some system where we have pool of experts and pool of industries coming together to give them internships. Ma'am? Yes.
Okay.
One more sentence.
Yeah, I may be the final person. I am Dr. Bhuvaneshwari from Electronics Department, MIT campus. I am heading the department at our university. I am also heading the Center for IoT as a director. I think from the morning we are making a lot of discussion to give, because this is different verticals of people are here. Anna University present curriculum is catering all the topics what we discussed from the morning. So we have flexibility, we have more electives, we have industry-oriented courses, we have skill development courses, we have self-learning courses, everything is there. But the challenge what we are facing it here is, 2 suggestions I would like to make, because we are getting, compared to other institutions, not from IIT or from autonomous, we have different verticals. We have 7.5 category students are coming, lateral entries are coming, Tamil medium students are coming. So you can't, as sir said, input is highly distributed. So to all, we cannot follow the same pedagogy. A faculty cannot follow different pedagogy to all people of 60 or 80. Some common pedagogy only a person can follow in the classroom. So in that case, I request at this point from the government to take certain initiative. First thing is arrange industry academic conclave in a better way. In the sense, because we have lot of hubs are there. We have Orakkadam hubs, we have MEPCO. So a lot of industries are there because Anna University, as now we are going for affiliation to institution. Similarly, we are going also for consortium, that is, we have consortium quota. So when we go for inspection there, they say we are employing people from north because we are not able to get people from the south. The students, we are not able to identify. Because coming to industries, it's not that all are going to be Google or Amazon. So we have different verticals, and there is a myth, all we presume that AI will rule the world. AI is not going to rule the world. That is an actual fact, because other vertical also will survive. So all giving a prompt that AI will do, many colleges are producing 16 batches of CSE. So a lot of imbalance are caused in the society on verticals. So you agree, so every student, that is students from the school level, they do not know what is computer science, but they want to prefer only computer science course. So a person who is not good in coding, his choice is CSE. So automatically he will not be a good employable, but he may be good in civil. So let us not make that propaganda. So this propaganda should be avoided. So that we have...
I think we didn't make any of that propaganda here, ma'am. We said that
I'm not
AI
making
is unknown.
No, I'm not making it here. This is a general myth what we are prevailing. So I find, because over my interaction with many people, lot of affiliate colleges are giving, we run only, I don't know how it is possible for them. We are very much facing difficulty to run 2 batches. But they done 16 batches, 15 batches. And we find that the people who are doing PhD from Anna University, they are voluntarily asking to get their PhD from faculty of CSE. The meaning is they want to get better employability there. So these things, government has to review very seriously.
So that your first suggestion is an academic industry conclave.
Academic interactions, streamlining certain things has to be done by the government, that only government can do.
Yes.
Second thing, government run non-Mudalvan course. Non-Mudalvan course is run by the government, so in which we are actually facing this for the last 4 years. From 2021, this non-Mudalvan is a little bit in a good way. They bring a lot of companies, they bring a lot of courses. In that, I want to bring one more vertical. Kindly focus on entrepreneurs and all is there. Kindly, because our students, particularly specifically Anna University, will not like to go only to Amazon or Google. They want to become a secretary of higher education. So in that case, we have aspirants. So those aspirants has to be given the opportunity from the second years. So like sir rightly pointed out, we can also bring a vertical which will be exclusively concentrating on UPSC. You can introduce political science, public administration, that vertical can be introduced.
Ma'am, opportunities, if you look, then the world is the stage. You can
Yeah, that world is the stage, but government initiative through non-Mudalvan, this vertical, because they already run all India, there is a center, that can be brought in the college level itself, so that when they complete the course, they, for maybe first attempt or second attempt, they should be able to get that.
Yes, thank you ma'am, well taken.
This is the only 2 suggestions I have.
Thank you. Ma'am, I think we are running out of the time. Sorry, we couldn't engage every one of you. So for the closing remarks, I think I will give it to Vijay Kumar sir.
We'll have to vacate the hall by 3 p.m. Of course, I'm extremely, I'm glad, and I would like to profusely thank you for the interest you have been showing. Right from morning, at least the afternoon 1 hour, every one of you have an idea, brilliant ideas. There is no doubt. Every one of your ideas are brilliant. And we have been taking notes. And we'll definitely do whatever best possible. We'll certainly do. On the other side, I also would like to impress on you that instead of blaming darkness, let us light a candle. There is so much of input from the panelists today morning. There's so much. Such a wealth of information we have received from all the five including Dr. Kirti. There's so much we have received. But kindly go back and introspect. Can't we do at least one such thing, what they have mentioned? And we heard from Dr. Sriram, there's so much we can do. And Professor Prasad also mentioned so many ideas. Both Alage and Sajan, Professor Krishnan, they're so frank, candid. They made so many suggestions. பொறியின்மை யாருக்கும் பழி என்று அறிவறிந்து ஆழ்வினையின்மை பழி. எனக்கு தெரியல அப்படிங்கிறது தப்பே கிடையாது. தப்பு இல்லைன்னா பெரிய தப்பு இல்லை. ப்ரொஃபஸர் அது தெரியலன்னா எப்படி தப்பு இல்லாமல் இருக்க முடியும்? பொறியின்மை யாருக்கும் பழி என்று. பழினா இட்ஸ் கிரைம். தெரியல அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறது பெரிய தப்பு இல்லை. அறிவறிந்து ஆழ்வினையின்மை பழி. தெரிஞ்ச பிறகு செய்யாமல் இருக்கிறது கிரைம். அதில் நிறைய we have learned so much. In fact, I've been listening from morning. There is so much we can learn, and we have learnt. And there is so much we can do, especially from Anna University. There is so much we can do. And whenever I have been talking, I used to talk to professors. ஒரு 10 ப்ரொஃபஸரோட பேசுகிற போது நான் என்ன நினைப்பேன்னா ஒரு 10,000 பசங்களோட பேசிட்டு இருக்கிறேன்னு நினைப்பேன். So you have that potential to influence the lives of millions and millions. But kindly open up your mind. But அவங்க பேசுறதுல to be plain and simple, honest, 90% ஆனாலும் செய்ய முடியும். 90% செய்ய முடியும். பட் என்ன வேணும் அதுக்கு? We must have an open mind. Listen. செய்ய முடியும் அப்படிங்கிறது வரணும். இல்லை நார்மலாக நாங்கள் போய் whenever we give some new initiatives, 2 பதில் வரும். நாங்கள் ஏற்கனவே செஞ்சுட்டு இருக்கிறோமே ஒரு பதில் வரும். இன்னொன்று this won't work here. அப்படி கிடையவே கிடையாது. So kindly Anna University professors and professors from other institutions, kindly go back. We will share our email address to you. எங்கள் வெப்சைட்டில் இருக்குது. வெப்சைட்டில் email ID இருக்குது. Kindly feel free to write to us whatever you want to say. We'll follow it up. And some of the issues which you have mentioned, which government wanted to address, we'll certainly address. We'll take it forward. You saw the minister, such a fine gentleman today. We saw him. He's so receptive. He's willing to listen. Similarly, Mr. Arun Rai is also a go-getter. Very, very simple, self-assuming person. Excellent person. So we have a good setup here. And you also know the dispensation of the government. They are very clear. The government's intentions are very, very clear. It is there all over the social media. We hope such things continue. And finally, I would like to profusely thank all of you for your participation and time and efforts. The panelists, all the 5 panelists, and Professor Kirti, I apologized to her that I forgot to welcome her in the morning. So, sorry, Professor. Sorry, Professor. Thanks a lot for all your support. And we also would like to thank the Savera Hotel Management. All along, whenever we make a request, they come forward to do all the help. The media and my own team and the council. Thank you so much.